perfect Rubik game. Like one of the best ones we've seen in a long time.
Having seen the drafts completed now, Black, where are you going to put your prediction for this game? Which team do you like the look of?
I think I really like EHOME's draft. Like their front line is very strong, and they don't have heroes to cut into the backline on Elephant. They have a Puck, but he doesn't deal enough damage to deal with the Abaddon. And BKB is coming out from the EHOME side.
Okay, so you'll be sitting with EHOME, B-Cup?
I kind of agree with the choice of EHOME. I'm not putting my career on the line on this one. I'm just gonna. Yeah, when you go 0 for 1 in that kind of prediction bet, it's very scary to put that back on the line. But I kind of, for Elephant at least, I think it's game 1 of a BO5. It's Somnus on the puck, and I think that's a hero that he has a lot of confidence with, and that's something that I think Elephant are trying to build early on in the series, and that's going to be very important. This is one of his best heroes. So if he has a really good game here, I think that's going to be indicative of what we see for the rest of the series. But if Somnus struggles on this puck, I could see EHOME kind of getting into like a 2-3-0 territory. But I want to go EHOME with this one, but I'm going to go and, you know, even up the panel. I'll go Elephant.
All right, I like the look of EHOME, I like the Rubik, I like the Medusa, and again, maybe Elephant are just trying to settle in, see how EHOME are performing today before they get any further on in this best of 5. But I will let you guys take it away for game number 1.
Yet your
Thank you very much.
Lives on.
Danke.
Dankeschön, Arigatou gozaimasu.
That's all I got. I'm repeating what you said yesterday.
I know you repeat everything I said yesterday. But yeah, just looking over all the lanes, like Medusa should be free farming against Titan. It's a pretty easy lane. And getting out some deep wards with a smoke. I don't know if they saw the Lina ward. I believe they did because they put the ward much earlier, so they should get dewarded momentarily. But this Rubik is gonna be the big make or break factor for the EHOME side. Like he has so many good spells to steal. They last picked it for a reason. They obviously have a lot of faith rather in this Rubik pick and in Fade. There's a lot of Fs here right now, which confused me a little bit. But like he can literally just win them the game if he gets some good steals, some clutch steals.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see, like, in the best Rubik game, is Rubik still, like, is Rubik still a pick to be? Yeah, that's because we talked about that. I think there was one game in the DPC that was really like this, where Rubik really had a menu worth of things to get. And so does the question become, is Rubik just that bad of a hero, or not a hero that really keeps up anymore, even if he's got this buffet of abilities to go for?
Yeah, it's definitely an important question to answer, not just for this game in particular, but maybe the entire series, because Rubik is a very special hero where you can either be a hero or zero, right? Like you get this really clutch steal, like a Ravage you own super hard, or you get an Anchor Smash and suddenly you do nothing because your hero basically lacks an ultimate.
Yeah.
It's a very feast of feminine hero. Feminine hero. Why are there so weird sayings in English, man? Like your language needs some makeover.
Yeah, you know, we can make it a little bit easier, that's for sure.
Yeah. What was the word yesterday? Discombobulated?
Discombobulated?
Yep. The great word.
Yeah.
What was the other word you just said? Echelon?
Yeah. Echelon's a good one too.
What are these words, man? Like, why are they so complicated? Like, how do you even spell echelon? E-C-H?
I want to tell you I know the answer to that, but I don't. It's a lot of, we have the SAT here in the United States, and like my mom and dad used to be like, that's a good SAT word, hon. And like you'd always remember these ridiculous words, and you'd have to like define them during the tests, and so you hang on to these words for so long, and now you finally have a chance to use them.
But you don't actually know how to spell them.
I don't know how to spell them, but you know, like erroneous is a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not important, you know, as long as you know that the word exists and you can say it properly, you don't need to spell it. We're in 2021.
Yeah. Exactly, look that up.
Ask you to spell that, other than me.
Use Google.
Google, tell me how to spell echelon. Getting back into this game, how's Somnus doing? very well.
7-0 right now. He's having a perfect lane, and this is why I like the puck pick. I thought that this is a hero that he can certainly gain confidence on.
And I think he needs that too, because as we said, he's been losing lanes against XM a lot this qualifier.
I think that's one of the biggest things that you alluded to in terms of like where this series can go, especially with Somnus losing an XM so often. So if you can get yourself a bit of confidence going right now, that would be big. Yeah, he's gonna die here. He'll be the first blood going to Fade.
What is this? I can't.
Fortunate here for Elephant giving up that first blood in the bottom lane, and it is the Rubik who gets it. An early, you know, quick kill with telekinesis, which is, I think, very rare with telekinesis level 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, it's just like a mini stun, basically. It has the same duration as a Lucent Beam, which is kind of sad. But they do end up getting the kill. Like, Rubik is a pretty decent laner, though. Like, his Fate Bolt makes you trade very well against heroes like Lion, especially. Super again.
Yeah, he's in trouble. The spear lands, the telekinesis pulling him back. Earth Spike still kind of walks into Chalice. They've got the God's Rebuke. The Hex comes out. He's going over towards his courier, maybe to make sure that that doesn't die as he runs away.
Yeah, and they get a big creep pull off, denying pretty much the entire wave.
Dire's bottom tower
Luna be able to steal that creep though. Yeah, Luna gets it. Well played by Eurus. It's basically a free camp for him, a free big camp for him. Another bonus 100 gold. He says thank you.
What was the Luna build we saw that was very different? I think it was like the first day we were covering this region. It was
Denied.
like what, 0 points into the Lunar Blessing or 1 point into the Lunar Blessing and going max everything else?
I think it was the Glaives. Like he had 1 level Glaives at like 404. It was with a TA also. Just because you already have a greedy TA, you can't really afford to go max into the Glaives.
Right.
But this time around, he should have a pretty good time. Like, they have a puck middle who's not greedy at all. Playing very low, though.
That puck's sitting really low, but they're going over bottom for a second onto Eurus. He's got that stick to heal up.
Yeah. Luna, very strong laner, of course.
Surprise!
Oh, now really looking. Tidehunter's getting
Some damage. It's fortunate, no, it's not terrible. Super's gonna die here. Spirit God's Rebuke with Fade Bolt. Fade getting himself another kill, now 2-0. That level 2 Fade Bolt.
At least Luna's still farming well. That is the biggest priority of theirs, of course, but one more kill like that, Fade suddenly has mana boots, and then Mars has infinite mana to spam. It gets very scary very soon.
Looking over at Somnus to see if he's still struggling, you know, at all. But he's right there with XM.
Yeah. His net worth is actually quite a bit higher than XM's, so even though he struggled with HP for a little while, he's doing very well. A little bit worried about Yang, perhaps. He does have his ring, but every time he comes close, he just eats the snake and takes a lot of damage from it.
So if you're Somnus, do you hit level 6 and alleviate the pressure over top by rotating there?
It's a tough kill, and Fade is middle.
You can. And they're gonna go over telekinesis into the yellow stick. Got the Fade Bolt, and now the illusion is gonna take him far enough away. Translate. Oh gosh, that was close. Fade still wants to stay. He's got Fade Bolt in 6. If Somnus gets greedy, we'll see if Fade wants to go for it, and he'll actually just back off.
Probably would have lived regardless, cause he had raindrops, but a lot of pressure coming out from all of these lanes.
Under attack.
How do you kill this Medusa now is the question. His mana shield and 11 wand charges, power threads already completed. Even if the puck rotates, it's not going to be an easy kill. But you have a Grimstroke there, which isn't the greatest +4 for killing a Medusa.
In trouble again, but Fade, he's actually the one who will fall. They try to set up onto this Lion, and it doesn't work out for them. That's a good kill to get to really open up a bit more for Eurus here, and Eurus is having a pretty good time. Earth Spike, Chalice, force back with some heavy right clicks out from this Luna.
Yeah, no Hex available, otherwise there would have been another kill. Of course, the level 1 cooldown is very high. So Somnus defeat back middle, it means no rotation from him. Same as XM, really.
Spike again. They want this. They want to get this kill. They've got the ink swell. They put the group stroke over. It'll pop right on the Chalice, and they will take out this Mars. This lane is starting to turn very much in the favor of Elephant. They brought the Grimstroke in, I think, kind of knowing that Tide is just going to have to deal with this Medusa.
It makes you wonder where the Abaddon is throughout all of this, though. He could have saved the Mars down there, and he hasn't really been able to do a whole lot. He tried to D-ward middle, didn't find a ward, though. And now he's on the way back top. Oh, those are big stacks.
And he's going to spot them.
Yeah, Lina might
So the
want to
question is, can they take him away?
They're gonna fight into Ravage soon if they don't do it ASAP.
Yeah, Yang halfway towards level 6. Now getting body blocked. Kraken shell, it procs, but Yang is able to squirt through where X-Nova gave him a little bit of space. I'm a little surprised he didn't go one level into the Curse of Avernus, but goes 2-2-0.
Yeah, usually, especially in an easier lane like this, there's at least a level, as you said. Interesting. It was 10% slow on first level already. Would have maybe even gotten them the kill there.
Radiant are
It feels
scanning.
good early. I'm a big fan of level 1 Curse of Avernus.
Okay. How is Mars doing? Almost 6. So when Mars is 6, I'm expecting Nina to rotate it. Oh, he spotted super.
Behold!
That's an arcane room for Puck. It's a big one. Probably the best rune he can ask for at this moment.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do with it?
Now
Baron
he
going
has
in
level
deep
6.
again. Block the camp and get a deep ward out.
X-Nova's here. If you're Elephant, I think at this point with the way X-Nova positioned going towards Yang, you think do you assume that he backed off and went towards this?
Ooh,
They broke
he
the
breaks the
smoke.
smoke.
Yeah, you definitely know that he knows, and getting this kill might force you into a spot where you move and take these stacks, and then they'll get the kill on the super. It's XM with the Laguna Blade, but they'll take out X-Nova in return.
I'm very surprised Super went up that hill alone after the rest of the team getting unsmoked and going for the Abaddon.
They killed on the Abaddon. Yeah, I don't really understand why he would go the other way.
Yeah. And we've seen those miscommunications from Elephant throughout the entire qualifier, though. Which has been one of the biggest struggles so far, I'd say.
D-word there by FY. Very aware of what X-Nova was
Radiant's
doing, and you
bottom
have to
tower
assume
is
it's
under attack.
X-Nova. He's warding wherever he's coming from.
Yeah. And especially if you have stacks there, there's no way you don't want to put in deep vision. You just contest
Yours
that.
is coming through mid, so he should be able to come over in a second, and maybe if you have Yang come down, split this farm, give some of it over to this, give the majority over to the Luna, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. He's sitting on the top of the network already, and he has a big ancient stack waiting for him as well. So he's a very happy Euros. And now the Puck middle rather than the TA or some greedy hero, he's going full Lunar Blessing, full Glaives.
Yep.
Makes a ton of sense. Gonna get another stack? Yes.
Yes.
That camp is so good.
And now they'll know that this
middle
other camp's
tower is
blocked.
under attack.
They're trying to take a top tier 1. Sylar is only just able to watch. Fade's level 6. So if Yang uses Ravage in the wrong positioning and just gives it up, they can turn this fight around, and yeah, Elephant are forced to leave. I think they're very aware of what Fade's able to offer, and the 4 heroes that were up towards top
Dire's middle
will put the
tower
pressure
is
on to
under
make them
attack.
back off.
Yeah, XM to Pete though, and didn't really manage to do anything. Even with using the Laguna.
Ooh, her spike lands. They brought Somnus down towards bottom. They have the Dream Coil, the Exo there, Waning Rift, Silence, and the Finger from Super to get a kill. Good rotation from Somnus. And FY down here as well. Two movements from Elephant so far. I think the only movement that really made me wonder and put my hands on my head was Super going up on that high ground. But right
Radiant's
now,
middle tower is under
Elephant
attack.
look very clean. And I don't think EHOME look bad in any way. I think their reactions, though, have not garnered them any results.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah,
has
I'd
fallen.
agree, and they're just always a little bit slow. XM though, he has Invis Rune.
Yeah, they want to go for
Dire's
Eurus.
turret has been
Pops
killed.
the Mask of Madness, and now look at the LSA. They should be able to get the kill easily, and with Eurus off the board, do they maybe pressure getting this stack? They've got 4 heroes top.
It's pretty hard to fight into the Ravage still, and the Puck has Coil available in 20, so it's gonna be a tough team fight around there. Usa has an early level in Stone Gaze though, so potentially could work out, especially if Charles is in the neighborhood.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They have Soulbind, however, so it's gonna be a tough fight all around, and they get another stack. It's like a 6 stack at this point.
Arena down, spear hits on a super, and the stolen
Radiant's
Earth
middle
Spike
tower is under attack.
to get the kill there, and Chalice will get credit for it.
Radiant's
Double bounty room
structures
for
are
Puck.
fortified.
Comes in and snatches it.
Super's just been cannon fodder right now, but I think
I have like a feeling
Radiant's middle
back.
tower is under attack. Radiant's
casual,
middle
tower tactical
has
feeding.
fallen.
Yeah, you guys want some food? Yeah. Wanna
Dire's bottom tower is under
distribute
attack.
some?
Radiant are scanning.
The problem is with Lion against Rubik, in a way, a Rubik can be a better Lion if you give him the wrong spells. Like, you want to try to make sure that you give him the mana drain if possible, but right now he's running around with level 3 Impale, which of course you get bonus cast range from your passive, and once that Ether Lens comes out, which it does now, there's going to be a very, very long stun. Same with the Hex. If you ever steal Hex, it can be like a full screen Hex.
Dire are
They're gonna go onto
scanning.
the high ground. There's nobody here to break.
Just reach 6 too!
Ink Swell, Silence, Borrowed Time gets popped. They'll throw the Phantom's Embrace on him. He'll right click it down and get some gold, but he'll still die. 10
Radiant's
gold
bottom
feels good,
tower is under
but
attack.
still dead.
Yeah, but that's opening up the bot tower for the Dire side. I don't think they can defend
Dire's
that.
middle tower is under
Also, can
attack.
EHOME defend the mid tower, which is pretty damn
Radiant
important for them.
structures are
Medusa
fortified.
maybe? Manta style
Dire's
completed, she's pretty
structures are
tanky.
fortified.
Chalice says I don't think about this tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's the power
Radiant's
of Lina, of
bottom
course.
tower has
You
fallen.
get this very strong damage talent at level 10. And take those towers down, no problem.
I think EHOME are gonna look to fight because they just picked up the Blink Dagger on Chalice. It's getting delivered right now, so they'll throw down the Sentry Ward. I assume
Dire's top
smoke and
tower
look to
is
get a
under
pick
attack.
off if they can with this Blink.
Radiant's
Yeah, they're
bottom
probably not
tower
looking to
is
team
under
fight.
attack.
Right away, because they want to have the BKB on Lina. But a pick-off or two would be very beneficial to their cause. Still have the Earth Spike as well. Rubik. They're sort of just walking around. Looking a little unsure. Actually, now they smoke up, they're looking for the Luna. Do they have enough damage to kill him? I'd say no.
19 wand
1900 health.
charges, ready to survive. 1900 health too.
Yeah, I think there's no chance. If you want to smoke up, you need to bring Alina as well. And it looks like the botched smoke, so far at least. Be able to find anything. And Earthspike is also expiring momentarily.
Yeah, he's only got about 5 seconds left on it, so he won't have that to at least start the fight,
Radiant
it seems like.
structures are
But
fortified.
maybe he could steal it again.
They saw the Mars under the ward.
Dire's middle tower
Blink Dagger
has
is no longer
fallen.
a surprise.
That should help.
Good map movement from Elephant, and they've got this Dire Ward that's spotting them moving around the Dire Triangle.
Radiant's top tower
So they know
is
where they
under
are
attack.
now, but what will they do with this? They're going to try and take a tier 1 up towards top.
This kind of ward should not be allowed to be there. Like, Elephant need to be aware and try to deward it, because it just gives way too much information, and now it's gonna get dewarded. Well, I'm a super. And now EHOME is kind of blind. They only have this one ward on the top lane, and they smoke right away, making their way
Dire's
to bottom. But
tower is under
again,
attack.
Chalice and Fade alone, they don't have the damage. They need the Lina as well. Medusa's TPing in first. Signaling
Showing that
Elephant.
TP just moves Elephant back.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, if you want to TP, you TP into the trees, because that just signals Elephant that they want to defend the tower.
Yeah, that was showing that TP, I think, just botched that whole movement.
Yeah, very interesting. Lina, though, is still farming very well. almost has BKB, 200 away from it. And that's her strong timing. After that, there's nothing really that can touch her. Like, nothing. Now there's a Radiant smoke up top, but I think they're gonna miss the Lina just by an inch.
Radiant's bottom
Lina
tower
actually
is
doesn't
under
have the mana to
attack.
TP out, but he'll run
Ooh, there
backwards.
might
if he
education
gets
because
caught
of
in the
this.
pass.
10 seconds.
Do they scan for this?
Radiant
Yes, they
are
do. They know where he is. Just not in time. The idea was
Radiant's
there.
bottom
It just he
tower
got
is
the mana
under
to
attack.
TP and left.
Yeah. Now Sylar though, does he know? He's always playing such a dangerous game. Like we've seen it yesterday as well. He's farming far away from his team, where all of the enemies are waiting for him. You don't want to go Roche on an elephant, right? It's so risky. They have BKB on Luna, but
They're just going for it.
yeah, Lina also has BKB.
Wow.
Does EHOME know?
Well, you gotta expect down the movements from top, right? So they dewarded, and then they got the scan. Yeah, so they assumed that they were gonna be here, and they assumed correctly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Iris.
attack.
Recognizing that Roshan's an EHOME fan at the moment.
Yeah. Classic.
No double damage this time. It's almost always exclusively when they're going for Rosh.
Coming, bro.
Rubik throwing back an Eclipse. They've got the right click damage coming in on Eos with the BKB, and now he's trying to run. Ends up being a trade of offlaners.
Agency. Like he spears, he gives Tide the free blink dagger onto the back line basically. It ravages the entire team.
He just didn't connect with anything that he would get stuck to.
But even if he does, he has Kraken Shell which will just purge it off immediately. XM uses the BKB so it doesn't get ravaged, but the rest of the team, they don't have that luxury.
He still somehow Fade got Eclipse.
Yeah, which almost killed the puck. Kind of salvages their little misplay there, to be honest, because if puck doesn't get that low, maybe he gets a kill or two in the back line. But Fade with quick fingers, making sure teammates survive. But yeah, Chalice has to be careful. Like, if you provide someone a free blink like that, your entire team needs to be ready, because it didn't look like they were. You know, they all got ravaged right away.
Yeah.
Pretty confused.
Philosopher's Stone for both sides. Supports on both sides are happy.
Oh, Fade! Nice reactions. Oh, he actually looked at him closer to himself, okay. Use the Earth Spike!
Oh, he missed it. Now they've got the arena.
Nice arena,
on both
though.
the boards. That's a cool Phantom's embrace. The silence. That's well done. Super's still gonna die, though. He's the cannon fodder.
Hot enough for you?
Yeah.
That's
Not even
why
worth the
Dire's
spear.
middle tower is
004,
under
and he's
attack.
going into the Ags right after this Aether Lens. So he's got Aether Lens, Keen Optic, and going right into the Ags. This is similar to what we see on Nyx Assassin, where Ags is the game changer.
Radiant's top tower is
Thing
under
though is
attack.
that if Medusa is aware of this and he turns off Split Shot, the Phantoms or
Radiant's
the Dark
top
Portrait is
towers
not going to do a
are
whole lot. Because there's no Split
Radiant's
Shot,
top tower is
suddenly
under attack.
Medusa illusion is not that scary.
You can't vanquish what you can't see.
It's not like a Luna where you can't turn off the
Dire's
blades.
bottom tower is under attack.
Right.
Which Sylar will have to make sure that he is on point with his activation and
Radiant
deactivation of
are
Split Shot,
scanning.
because Split Shot Medusa illusion can literally just destroy an entire team. There's so much damage coming out from it.
And then you finally get it. You use that Dark Portrait, and potentially Fade steals Dark Portrait and throws it onto the Luna. He can be popped by XM over
Yeah.
bottom.
Why did he do that? There was
No Dream Coil used
Oily.
either.
Oh.
Top lane again. Telekinesis onto the Tide. They've got the air spike as well as the spear. Yang trying to run the Kraken shell, almost helping him survive, but they've got the arena to lock him down. They are giving him just yet. Now the Ravage comes in. And Somnus goes to the back line. He's trying to stop this Ravage from coming out, and that's exactly what he's going to do, getting the kill on the face. And they never killed off Yang. Soulbind well placed, and now another eclipse coming out from Europe with the BKB pop. The Soulbind will connect the Medusa over to this Mars after killing off this Abaddon, and they're going to go and look for more. They smell blood in the water, and they really want to pounce on it. Chalice getting low, illusory orb over to this camp to the side, and not getting the kill onto the Mars, not sticking with Chalice.
They need XM to be there to kill the Titan. He's the biggest damage they have right now, and they committed everything on the Tide, who has a Heaven's Halberd and a Hood and an Essence Ring. Very survivable. If Puck doesn't take out Rubik though, this fight goes completely different.
Yeah, because he would have had Ravage ready to go, but very aware by Somnus.
Bounty.
Very aware.
And that's the problem of Rubik. He's just very squishy. Look at him, 980 health. He's looking for a blink, but he's gonna need an air on this relatively shortly after that. Double damage on XM though, and they smoke.
Right by Roche.
They have enough damage to take this Roche though. They have no Ravage, I notice, but it should be a free one.
Do they still go for it though? No Dream Coil for 4 seconds. I don't think they're gonna get there in time, nor do I think they're aware.
Like they're slowly realizing, you know, but they weren't like fully aware. They're like, yeah, maybe they're Roshan guys. The typical matchmaking thing. Then Roshan has fallen to the dire. And you're like, yeah.
I was aware. I was right on that call.
Yeah, guys, I told you. You just didn't listen.
Yeah, your team doesn't listen to you, and yet there goes the Aegis. Medusa with a bit of a different build, going Manta MKB.
It actually always does that now. Like that's like the Sylar special. Not sure why.
But other Medusas have been different than Sylar, right?
Very different. And even if you want to go damage, I feel like Daedalus is a better choice than MKB, just because. Sure, Tide has a Halberd, but like the rest doesn't have any sort of evasion at all. Daedalus is just a more efficient damage item. We'll see. At least Luna can't buy Butterfly like this. That's something.
Yeah, preemptively in front of a potential Butterfly, but yours is going into a Daedalus himself. And yeah, like you said, we've been seeing a lot of Daedaluses on Medusas. Is this something that you said it was more a Sylar thing? Is it him specifically? Like just him?
Yeah. It's pretty much just him. Like other Medusas go too if there's sources of evasion. Which
Spike.
Oh, there's a fight again.
Abaddon and time. We'll get the kill onto X-Nova. They started that with the arena, and I don't know if that arena was just to leave, and they ended up catching the Abaddon. It was a little bit short from Chalice, from what it seemed.
He wanted to leave for sure. Plus, he didn't really catch anyone. He just kind of put it in a way where they can't chase. They look at the Titan potentially. They have to be careful. Ravage is up.
Hold it!
Spear, and they'll steal Anchor Smash. Yango still very tanky and survivable. Anchor Smash comes out. Now he's got the Ink Swell. A lot of space for him to run. Fade Bolt comes through, and they still just can't kill this Tide. They've got the Hex onto the Medusa, which will send EHOME going the other way.
XM, though, coming from behind.
Can he get anything out of this? Laguna Blade comes down onto Super. Again, he's going to be the death there for Elephant. With BKB, that's BKB early from XM, but they've got the Telekinesis. They'll slam Yang down, and they still cannot crack this Watermelon.
XM is very trigger happy with those BKBs today. And he has to be very careful now. If he gets caught,
already down to 6 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, at least it is still 6 seconds because in the older patch.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tide has Ravage, as we said. Sylar is the big frontline, and they can't really kill him.
They've got this vision. They know exactly where they are. They want to make the move. They've got Euros coming in from the side. Oh, Sylar coming by himself. Or Spike misses. But they've got the silence. The Waning Rift is there. They have the advantage that comes out from Sylar. He's quite tanky. There's the Dream Coil. Telekinesis coming up from Fade. He's staying over to the side just in case the Ravage is thrown by Yang, and they haven't even gotten that out yet. So he doesn't look like he'll even throw it, at least before this first life is done. The Medusa over the side. It only catches FY, and now what will he still get through the Ravage? He's taking to get in there. They get the kill on a Siren. They're going to look over as the Laguna comes out of the Yang, and still don't have the damage. A quick on the ground, and they get the kill on X-Nova. There's the Ravage coming in, but do they have the damage? The right click's coming up from XM. Got the BKB once again. They get the kill on the Years. They look over at Yang. Can they finally kill this time? Spear lands on a Sonic. The damage on the Commander is tight, and the finger on the XM. They get the kill on a Fade as well. They'll take out 4. They'll look for the full team while the Chalice is on the run without mana. And Yang's right in front of him. There's the anchor smash. He goes for the stun and then get it. Triple kill for FY. Full team wipe for Elephant. Despite the fact that Fade lands a very massive Ravage and gets the turnaround, but it goes the other way as it's a bigger spike from Super, who's been the cannon fodder, 6 deaths to his name, but the 2-mana spike is what turns the tides.
You really gotta, like, if you're Siler, you gotta be more aware of your surroundings. This is not the first time that he gets caught up like this. Yesterday they almost lost the game because of the very same reason. This time he just wanders off to the left by himself. The entire team goes to the right. He dies once. He's not the Scarlet Medusa we usually see. He's not that tanky. He dies once, gets ravaged, gets eclipsed, he has no defensive tool, and just gets blown up. Without Dusa, you're not winning that fight. There's just no chance. XM, we spoke about his BKB being very low. He tries to kill the Puck before he dies, but that doesn't happen either. And now suddenly, Grimstroke has that Aghanim Scepter. So Siler, once more, he has to be very on point with turning that off and on.
And this is a very, very early Ags for Grimstroke. He got that Philosopher's Stone, or as Lacoste would call it, the fillet.
Yeah, Philly sandwich.
Enchanted Quiver for the Medusa, as well as the Elven Tunic there for the Mars.
Yeah, so currently Medusa with split shots and the 50% bonus damage from a Dark Portrait is hitting for 300 on every target. So you have to absolutely make sure you turn it off, because your team cannot tank this kind of damage. Like, your Lina is just going to die.
Yeah.
He's going very heavy into the damage. Silver Edge even to just break the Tidehunter, potentially burst him before he gets the ult out.
Yeah, especially with the fact that they weren't able to kill him that entire exchange. That was, like, crucial. Yang was just the big tank right in front, and he really had no fear.
I mean, he itemized all tank, right? And they still focus him. Now he has a Blink Dagger, he didn't have that previously. But if you focus a Tide with Essence Ring, Wand, Halberd, as well as Hood, I mean, even Soul Ring makes you more tanky. It's very tough not to crack.
Radiant are scanning.
We're gonna have to see how the initiation goes next time. They are going to have that Silver Edge very soon. Then they have a way to kill the Tidehunter reliably. Silver Edge into a spear, can die.
And FY getting the perfect neutral that he needs right now for this Dark Portrait, grabbing that Psychic Headband, getting that extra cast range, having that 16% intelligence. He got what he needed. He wanted the Ags. That's what he got. Drops off the Fillet Stone, which I believe is now getting delivered over to Super, who's got his Blink Dagger.
There's a lot of key items coming out for Elephant. Dusa still needs about 2,000 for her Skadi. It's going to be very important as well.
Smoke.
Yeah.
4 heroes here from EHOME.
Rubik has his own Blink Dagger as well. Had that for a while. But we can kind of just see the Rubik impact. If he doesn't steal Ravage, is very limited compared to like a Grimstroke or Lion. Like, he needs those perfect steals every time.
Dire are
Yang Smoke
scanning.
is broken, so does FYs. Now they're going to blink in looking for the Dream Coil.
Oh, they got the Split Shot, Dark Portrait.
Damage onto the Abaddon. They've got the Dark Portrait starting right cross, which means he can pop a Kelly. They're all over with the arena. They're for the Yang, and Yang never got the Ravage out. He does have buyback. They don't have a tier 1 to go over to. Lucent Beam is stolen, and with that, I think they just disengage.
That's the Silver I spoke about. He's stunned in the arena. Chicken Shell does not proc because he's broken. And he just gets taken out from 100 to 0. Lina deals a lot of damage right now.
Yep, and has that Silver Edge. Like, that, it completely shows the difference on the last big fight to this one, what they're able to do to Yang. So now, noticing that he's got the Silver Edge, how does Yang have to position to get himself a good Ravage or be, like, as worthwhile in these fights?
He's going into a Ghost Scepter straight away, just to be able to mitigate the physical damage, because if you break Tide, it's not only that Kraken Shell doesn't proc, but you also don't get the 54 damage block per hit, which is a very big deal.
Our portrait off the illusion.
Yeah. Once that Skadi is completed, the Dark Portal is gonna be even scarier. Just look how much damage it deals. Ridiculous. Medusa has damage to kill it. Just usually, you're gonna get stunned by something while the Dark Portal is hitting away. So, I don't know if you have the time to destroy that one. 200 gold away from the Skadi. Gonna be big power spike for him.
Ooh, Roshan back up in a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big fight over there. And both teams have potential to do it very quickly. Because Puck has the Desolator. Of course, Daya has the Lina. Skadi down. He's quite a bit more tanky now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Son is playing an aggressive build with his Puck, so he's certainly feeling confident on this hero.
Yeah, I mean, he did go back for the Aeon Disc, which is really good. Pretty much every Puck is doing that nowadays. It just makes a hero that's almost impossible to kill very much impossible to kill. There's no chance.
They're gonna move up and have the Insta, but X-Nova doing 25 with the arena. The BK is gonna be cut by Europe. The Devils he puts down and Feed. He's trying to do what he can for the sidelines. He's only got the Lucid Beam for now. They get the 28 yard of trading Chalice, but they look over at X-Nova. Already used the borrow time. They'll buy back on this Mars, probably knowing that Roche is back up soon. Again, the offlaners trade and they will back away.
Nova, another sacrifice though. And you can just see that Medusa right now doesn't feel very strong at all. Like, you get stunned under the Dark Portrait. The Dark Portrait is almost taking him out by himself. Or by itself. It's an it, right?
Dark Portrait?
Yeah.
Taking it out by himself?
Is Dark Portrait an it or her in this case? An it, right?
I'm not sure.
We need to summon this. He does have the Aeon Disc
specialist. Into the elusive beam, they land the spear, but has that Aeon Disc and will get into the trees, TP out.
Yep, the classic Aeon Disc Puck. How do you ever kill him? But Roshan is... Oh, Tide is still dead. They might sneak this Roshan before they can react.
Yeah, 9 seconds until he's back up, and the damage is just too much. It's onto this Roche. It's Aegis Cheese as well as the Axe Shard. And you could suspect that Sylar is going to take this. And yeah, he's got the Aegis. He'll take the Shard and he'll activate it. So this is EHOME making great movements towards Roche.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good recognition. The Tide was still dead. No way he can make it in time. Next time you ask me how strong Lina is, just a reminder. That's how strong she is.
Dire are scanning.
All right, I won't ask again.
Like, that Daedalus timing on Lina is kind of ridiculous. She's critting for 800, but she's hitting 3 times per second. And once the Satanic is up...
This was the first pick. Do Dark Portrait the Lina?
Now the thing is, Lina is only strong because of the Fiery Soul, and the illusions don't get it, unfortunately. Medusa will
Radiant's
prime
top
target.
tower is under attack.
But just look at this tower fall. Like, Lina's damage output is insane.
Radiant's
This is one of the reasons it makes it a good 4 as well, because you can kind of transition to something that hits like this. Not as hard, not as, you know, not as farmed, but...
Yeah. Overall, a very strong hero.
Top tower
Lots of strong stats, good stats gain, massive range. Once she's level 25, she's gonna have how much range? A lot.
Dire's bottom
820.
tower. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Hey, 820 range. To catch a puck. Oh, it's
Aeon Disc. They got the catch, they have the telekinesis, they have the stolen wing ritual. Silence off Songus. The stealing the silence is not going to be enough to get the kill, though. He'll lose the reorb away.
Can you catch him, Black?
Oh my god. He wanted it so badly, and now over mid they're going to try and fight. Looks like Yang's forward on a Sylar, thinking about maybe moving in with the Ravage. He actually doesn't have the mana, but he does have a Soul Ring. Will not make the play just yet.
He hit him before the spear.
I think he could have speared.
I think he wasn't aware that he was there. He was like really confused. He's actually here. What do you do? What do you do?
Panic, just press every button.
Yeah. Ah, he's out. Classic. Medusa's going into the pipe. Alright, some more mobility for him. I think the big carry, honestly, is just gonna be XM. Like, Sylar will be there, present himself as food, while XM is going to be dishing out all the damage from the backline. Very close to 25 now, which is 1.5 levels. And who is gonna reach him in the backline? Like, Puck is gonna be 25 at some point, sure, but does he have enough damage to kill the Lina? I'd probably just say no.
We'll have to see how much this Ags is worth it for the Puck, how much a difference that's going to make, and then Yang, he's going into the Arcane Blink. Will the quick Blink Ravage be enough?
Puck also needs shot though.
So that's like from a distance, but now the Spear, that's actually going to stop Yang from going in. He wanted to blink and get that Ravage out. Well done and well aware by Chalice.
Look at those beams coming in with the Shard. Of course, getting 2 auto attacks out every time he beams. Sylar is very low on mana already.
Swell, jumping in, going to the back line, that's going to stop the Dream. They get the Dream, but they're going to drop down the arena with the being caught by Chalice. They have the Dream Coil down onto Sylar. It's getting enough, though, to make this fight go their way. They already got the kill move. Not going to fight back for the damage on the FY. Blows him up. Swell not going to land on the Medusa, but now out of mana, potentially out of time. He does have the Aegis to get the kill to XM. The machine gun that is that Lina is gone. So Sylar very vulnerable in this fight. Chalice trying to help out any way that he can. He was focused for a second, and they've got the Silver to 4 step away. Sylar trying to run, being hexed up. Stun once again. There's the Ravage coming up from Yang. They've got a good drop down on the Medusa. They take out it. Still with a takeout. Sylar 4 heroes down on the side of EHOME. And that is a big victory here for Elephant. Can they get themselves the full team wipe once again? Chalice going into the pit, trying to run away. Yang speared back. That allows him to blink away. But the illusory orb and the jump over. He does not have Dream Coil for another 25 seconds. So he's free to TP out.
Dire's middle tower is
How
under
did
attack.
XM get so low?
XM got nothing off in that fight.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
No Medusa, no buyback for a full minute.
Yeah, it's a
Dire's
Luna on the
middle
high
tower
ground.
is under
It's gonna
attack.
fall very fast.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, we see once more why Rubik is just such a tough hero to pull off. I feel like only Nigma does
Done
it.
a lot.
He
Dire's
has.
middle tower has fallen.
This Rex is gone.
Dire's middle tower
They're gonna go
is
for
under
another
attack.
side.
7-0 and 9.
Save. Oh, they have all 2-2s actually, so they can't go for another side. And now Spell Prism on
Prism.
It's disgusting.
Is that the best feeling? Like, what's the best neutral to hero feeling?
Maybe Ballista Sniper?
That you don't get too often, right? Like, you don't, that's,
Sure.
I guess that's the best feeling, because if you get there and you get that, that feels great. But like, what's the more...
It's probably Puck Invoker with Spell Prism, to be honest.
Okay.
Or maybe a Timeless Relic on Doom also feels really good.
Yeah.
What like a Spell Prism on Enigma when you have like Refresher Orb is also very juicy.
When the black hole's cooldown is just so low.
Yeah, like 100 seconds.
Radiant
Guys, we buy
are
back and
scanning.
end the game and black hole again. You're like, okay.
Got black hole again? What happened?
What? Cooldown 110 seconds? Ow!
And then you got the arcane blink.
And Arcane Rune. And Octarine
Oh,
Core.
God.
1 minute cooldown black hole. Guys, buy back, we gotta end this game.
Is that the sound of black hole?
Yeah. But yeah, because
It sounds like my
Medusa.
microwave. I just...
Medusa's not looking so scary, because
No, and when they're able to kill XM like that, I think the team fight, or really the fight potential of EHOME completely crumbles.
XM is really strong, but very squishy too. We spoke about glass cannons in the past. I still don't know where it originated from or why people ever want to have one, but he is truly the definition of such a thing, if it ever existed.
Luna about to be level 25.
She's not
There
a
it
glass
is.
cannon.
Going to the 30% lifesteal.
Yeah. Together with Satanic, that is more than 30% lifesteal.
Shivas for the Tide.
What is the Medusa gonna build next? Like, she's just... I just feel like he has no impact on any of these fights. He needs like a BKB.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like, if you don't have Sanj Yasha on Dusa, and you don't want to itemize into BKB, like, games can look like this, where you just don't do anything. You're just permanently disabled, or halberded, or hexed, or ba. There's too many things to come out.
Ooh, Sana's getting deep behind enemy lines, and let's see if they don't find anybody. Illusory Orb now looking over at Chalice potentially, but they've got the telekinesis. They have the stun coming through out onto Somnus. LSA, XM starting out with some damage, but the Fade Bolt is what pops this Aeon Disc. They'll find X Nova. He's got the borrowed time. That gets popped on the Lucent Beam, so his built-in save is popped for just a moment on cooldown for 50 seconds.
And I think Elephant is more than happy to just wait until the Aeon Disc is off cooldown again. Because once Puck's Aeon Disc is up, there's just no way of killing him. Ever.
Dire are scanning.
So obnoxious. It's a smoke though, and Aeon Disc is still down. If they catch him...
Down for 44. And
he has no buyback either.
Radiant are
He would be
scanning.
dead for 100 seconds. That would be a massive kill.
What did he buy out on?
Daedalus recipe. Which I don't think is worth it.
Yang caught, telekinesis coming through the Dota Silver, but there's the Soul Line. LSA is going to come in and they'll get the kill to Yang. But are they going to look for this super hex from a distance? That's going to be the Medusa. The Abaddon, they've got themselves the Eclipse coming through from Eurus, and now Medusa in a lot of trouble. They're over to the side, use that stone, Jason. Turn, zone, it's the stone! It's the stone! They're going to kill that stone with a fight. It's the Sonic Side for the first time. He's giving us that bomb back. He's there for 99 seconds. They'll kill him in the arena with the BKB, but it runs back. He's running through. Oh, the spear! It's going over to Fade as well as that. Eurus, he's gone! That's 3 big kills. They pop back on Super. F1 trying to run. He's got the Intel. And maybe even looking over at Chalice. That's going to pop with the 2-lane Earth Spike coming up from Super. 4-step away. But now, let's see what he can do. Spear out. Doesn't hit Super over to the tree, but they've got themselves the Hex out onto Chalice. Chalice will chase. This is going to be a big team wipe for EHOME. And there's the Earth Spike. They've got the Eurus into the air. LSA, a couple of right clicks, and XM gets the kill. That is a massive fight for EHOME to turn this one back in their favor.
Holy shit. That's exactly what we said would happen though. Silas presenting himself. Maybe he knows at this point he's just worthless, to be honest, compared to his XM Lina. Making a lot of good space in the team fight for Lina to just right click like mad. Fade, steals Eclipse, steals a lot of really good spells. Massive impact in that fight. And we said it. Somnus can't die with Aeon Disc, but he gets caught with it on cooldown. It might honestly just be...
Radiant structures
It's
are
gonna be
fortified.
2 sides at least. Not Megas, got like the mid power still, but...
I don't know if it's 2 sides just because they have to go top from bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, true. They still have 20 seconds, but there's not a whole lot of time. Roshan is up, so maybe they're just gonna go Roshan and secure themselves there. Which has to refresh a shot.
But that could have been really dangerous for Yang. Because if he gets caught, he's silver-edged and dead.
They're gonna go Roche? They're going straight Roche.
There's no way for Elephant to stop this, and that means 3 for 3 for EHOME on Roche.
Just look at the damage output now, again from Lina. She Roche is so fucking insane.
Radiant are scanning.
Like, Radiant is aware. They might even smoke out, but they're too slow. It's already gone.
They're going to get close enough, and there's going to be the Aegis into the hands of XM, and I think that's the proper choice. I think that would have been the proper choice in the previous one as well. Sylar picked up the Aegis, but, like, Lina's the one outputting the damage, level 26, and you've got your talents, you're getting into both sides of the talent tree, and it's just going to be stronger and stronger from here.
Sylar finally finished his BKB though, so he's going to be able to output a whole lot more damage. They need to make sure they kill the Dark Portrait though. Because last fight again, it was a split shot Dark Portrait that caused a lot of problems in the backline. Especially for XM and Fade. So they're going to focus that down no matter what. Refresh a shot on Rubik actually. Maybe looking for a good Eclipse.
Double Ravage.
Or Ravage, yeah. And I'm hoping he's gonna go for Agon Scepter next on Rubik.
You're gonna come out on the high ground, X Nova, and now Son is going in deep. He's got the Sun Center with a couple of these heroes. They'll drop down the Dream Coil, and that's gonna be, wow, Rubik in a pretty bad area. He gets low, but he's not dead. They get the Ravage off just before Yang ends up going down, and they look over at Eurus. And a buyback, he's gonna drop on the equipment, but the telekinesis comes in. They get the gun to Eurus. They want to be able to take out Fade. The arena through as well as the spear that lines, and that's why Andis will be proc. They'll try to TP, but there's just no chance. 3 heroes dead on the side of Elephant. And that is not a good fight for Elephant, and now a 6k lead for EHOME. Super.
There's a cooldown.
X, God's Rebuke, Super, hit with the telekinesis. They'll steal the mana drain, and they will go after this Lion and get the kill eventually. The right clicks will be enough.
A prize.
Tidebot back, despite not having Ravage. They're feeling the heat right now. Puck
Radiant's
still
middle
has
tower
disc
is
available.
under
A
attack.
lot of right-click damage for his name, but I don't think it is enough. He
Radiant's
doesn't have
middle
Revelation
tower has
either,
fallen.
in case he catches XM. With a free wave. It's gonna be a second side at least, maybe even Megas.
50 seconds as Zeros did not have buyback, and now he's looking to go for the Divine Rapier. He's 1,200 gold short from having
Radiant's
buyback.
middle barracks are under attack.
It's gonna be Mega creeps.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Tim never even lost the Aegis.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Got the arena there covered FY once again. The Super comes through. He doesn't have the A on this, but he drops down the soul line. He's going to reach up this and turns it over the bar. They got telekinesis on Yang. Sonic's trying to do all he can with the Dream Coil onto the back lines. They get the kill onto this Broomstroke, who's dead for 94, and they will get themselves Megas. I say the
Silence.
Radiant's
all right,
top
we're good.
barracks has
Back
fallen.
up
The
for a
Dire
second.
now have mega creeps.
Yang,
to be trouble.
he's very far. He's still got the break, and now Chalice has the spear. He's just caught in a bad position, and the LSA has got the damage to get this kill. I don't think he gets out of this one, but the right click coming out from XM, and yeah, Yang will be dead for 2 minutes. That's giving up something that he really can't afford to do so. And now they're going to telekinesis out of here. The right heroes are going to go out. Come on, he didn't have buyback. That's a game. He would have just taken the draw from
Radiant's middle
Elephant.
tower has fallen.
Oh my.
And someone's tried really hard. Someone's tried really hard. He ended the game 10-1 and 9. But ultimately, he can't do it all by himself. He outplays Elephant as a whole. And just like yesterday, it looks like EHOME is just overall the better team. Would have
Yeah,
thought.
and that looked
Who's qualified to
really
be
good.
Yeah.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
F.
Yesterday.
Well, this is a new day. So,
New day,
yeah.
new meta.
New day.
I think I'm gonna go
New
with Terrorblade
day,
as well.
new record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going to the side, Elephant. I do like a bit of a redemption story, maybe Elephant, but I think I'm actually gonna have to stick with EHOME here. I just think maybe the mentality coming into this one, they know their win condition, right? They've played this before, they know their win condition. I think they can execute it pretty well again. Nothing more to say on that one. So I will let you guys take it away for game number 2 in this best of 5 Black and B Cup.
All right, Dankeschön. Taking it away right now.
Prepare for battle.
All right, I took it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't.
That's all you got.
I don't
Yep,
know.
yep.
Merci. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Yeah, that's the standard. Honestly, I also have a feeling EHOME is gonna win this game, but I want to have a more competitive series, and Terrorblade is definitely in Eurus's ballpark.
Yeah. I think we're going to feel a little bit more presence from Eurus this game. And you kind of alluded to FY not like playing more of a comfort hero in this BO5, and I think that's what due to the fact because they're a game down, right? Like if they were a game up, I think he maybe try something a little bit more out of his wheelhouse.
I'd agree with that. It's just
30 seconds to battle.
Mirana can be so hit or miss, especially if you don't really have a setup, which they don't until like Ravage. It's a very easy game to fall out of Elephant's grasp. The team fight is decent, but you're fighting into Supernova, Puck Coil, Stone Gaze, and Axe, which is not an easy task at all. Yeah, Terrorblade should be having a very, very hard lane.
Yes!
Should take that reflection, or we'll see if he takes that reflection. They've got the stun, so they land the arrow, they got the stun and a chalice. Battle Hunger onto Eurus, he's holding that skill for right now.
Rebounding still. It's a good start for Elephant.
Yeah.
And they do have this Nyx Assassin to do some matchup, of course. Where the mana burn, we have seen it many times. Gonna pose a big problem for Sylar. He's gonna go into an earlier BKB this game.
And goes meta level 1. Okay. I like this. We've talked about this a couple times. What is the go-to for a TB? Does he go to the reflection? Does he go into the meta? Sometimes you want to secure a little bit of that earlier farm if a lane's going to be a little bit difficult for you by going to that level 1 meta.
Yeah, just look at bot lane already though. They're so low, already used the healing salve and a couple of tangos. Playing Titan to double range is never pleasant.
We saw this in the last game, right? It was Yang going up against the difficult matchup, and he eventually, I think it was more so because Xnova left the lane, and he was Abaddon in the previous one. But it was a bad matchup for him, and eventually he sustained a little bit better.
Look at bot lane. Does the creep also have this like weird shimmering for you?
Do you have the battle pass on the shimmer?
No, it's not that battle pass shimmer. And the Radiant creeps don't have it. Do you see it? No?
I don't see it.
Oh,
I mean, on the off screen it was there, yeah.
Interesting.
In my Dota client, I don't see it at the moment.
Maybe you're not the chosen one then.
Never was. FY leaps away and avoids that Earth Spike. He'll take away that sentry. And then he'll deny the sentry that he put down so he can unblock this camp.
And then Xnova puts down another sentry. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, he's got another one ready to go. Whereas FY, he doesn't at the moment. Does he have one coming out again? No, he just has boots.
Yeah, so if he just reblocks that, it's going to be pretty annoying for FY. You also don't want to skill Reflection against Axe, by the way, because when that Reflection hits you, you can randomly start counter-helixing, and that could potentially do more harm than it does good for you. If you're the Terrorblade, of course.
Yeah. So do you think he skips it altogether? Or does he just take like a value point?
He's probably going to go full Elu meta. Be able to go into the jungle a bit earlier too. Because the pressure should be mounting relatively soon. He's actually getting away with quite a bit already. I can say. More than I thought he would. Level 2 meta. Also to be careful.
And he throws the Battle Hunger on, but that'll be taken off quickly after it's placed on him. He's taking a lot of damage. He's not into the Ring of Health just yet. He's got nothing coming over on the courier. He's just setting up to get that Ring of Health.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Sylar almost dying down here. Has 6 magic stick charges, but
My gratitude.
Is it going to be enough? He'll pop the salve, or Xnova will pass over a salve to him. Gush will stop it, leap forward. Sylar getting chased. They've got the Hex. The arrow lands. Running out of mana, but they've got the Earth Spike. Yang now under the tower. Needs to be careful. And as the creeps finally do get cleared out completely.
top rune. Summoners gets it despite 2 healers being there. But XM should also be getting it no problem. You can already see Elephant having a 1k lead without any first blood or anything. Summoners doing very well mid lane. Tide is actually 400 net worth ahead of Medusa, which is very interesting. Didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
They've just been misplaying, eating a little too many arrows. Every time you eat an arrow against Tidehunter, Mirana, you're gonna take so much damage with the follow-up gush. And there's a top lane also. Like the Axe is actually losing to Terrorblade, whereas the Nyx has some support.
By a significant amount.
Yeah, that is never supposed to happen.
I think the thing too here for FY, and it's a little bit of a difference from the other Mirana games we've seen him on, his arrows have been more focused on getting heroes rather than getting big creeps.
Yeah, and he has connected with a lot of them. Another one coming through.
Oh, arrow coming in. Range creep won't get hit. Neither will Xnova. Now the Hex is out. Anchor smash on Xnova. Sylar taking some damage. The mana drain on the Yang will turn on that mana shield. And, well, he's only got one tango to work with. Xnova steps forward, throws the Earth Spike out.
Arrow one.
Fly. He's got arrow available.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Was hoping. It's a creep though.
Threw it into the creep wave. He's like, sorry, Tide.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant's feeling the pressure a little bit. Because Nyx Assassin went middle. Nice D-Watt from Super. XM.
Oh, Medusa taking a lot of damage. The arrow hit, and now they might be able to get the kill on a Sylar. He pops the wand, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Right click in from FY. He'll grab first blood, and now it's already a 2k lead for Elephant in the early goings of this game.
That's the weakness of Dusa. You get gushed. You had like 200 movement speed. Like, you're a very slow, immobile hero. They're making perfect use of that. And again, Terrorblade is top of the net worth, together with Leshrac. And bot lane is also losing. So basically they're just losing every lane right now. There's gotta be some puck rotations to make up for that relatively soon. But they have very good wards on the middle lane, so we'll see most of the rotations.
Regeneration!
Like, losing all lanes and winning the game is very difficult on Dota.
Yeah. And what was the game that we really saw that as a prime example? It was, wasn't the Magma RNG one?
Yeah, that was yesterday. Magma RNG game 1. It's not quite as bad, of course, if XM is rotating in on Eurus.
And now they're gonna go for this TV. Here's Spike, and can he get the Sunder off? No, the Hex is there. That's enough. With the Waning Rift, they've got the silence. They'll get the kill on the Eurus.
Top tower is under attack.
He went into the strength threats a little bit too late. Could have potentially gotten off the Sunder, but... Oh, arrow on Chalice.
Oh,
Radiant's middle
boy.
tower has fallen.
Chalice on the run. Sonic's chasing.
Is
It'll be
under
okay.
attack.
Not enough damage. The tower took most of the edict. Luckily for Chalice, but... Well, they still secure the tower, so they're not unhappy with that for sure.
Somnus is top of the net worth, and I think this is an extension of last game and how his confidence was boosted. Like, I know they lost the game 1, but Somnus certainly played well enough to the level in a BO5 that confidence should be there. Bottom lane, Sylar, he's forward, Yang's got Ravage, Gush comes in, they land the stun, they're not even gonna need it. Arrow flies through, but it's not in time because he's already dead. Somnus will take out Sylar, and they might even just take out this tower and put the pressure on.
Yeah, as you said, Somnus is looking
Dire's
way better
middle
than
tower
yesterday.
is under attack.
Even today in the series against Magma, he didn't look that good. So whatever
Radiant's
prep
bottom
talk
tower
RTK
is under
did
attack.
must have been a scary one.
Dire's middle tower is under
Somnus, if
attack.
you don't perform this time, I'm going to eat your hot pot.
Dire are scanning.
Is that the scary thing, eating someone else's hot pot?
Radiant structures
He loves his
are
hot pot.
fortified.
Like, Somnus is a hot pot lover.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, you don't mess with the man's hot pot apparently. Scary prospect.
Dire's top tower
Kind
is
of want to
under
go get hot
attack.
pot.
Me too.
Dire's structures are
Now
fortified.
they're talking about it.
Cliff used as Chalice tries to take the top tier 1, and the only one
Radiant's
trying to
bottom
defend
tower
here is
is under
Super.
attack. Radiant's
Oh, but
bottom
trying to be able
tower
to do
has
anything.
fallen.
Just standing there.
And
Dire's top
yeah,
tower
hope
has
he doesn't
fallen.
die. Sylar is very poor this time around. Last game he was top of the net worth, and Alpha is just crushing it.
He was right there with the Luna, yeah, the last game, and then that big stack was taken by Eurus. He really
Sylar again?
bolstered his network. Sylar in some trouble. Sylar gonna be dead. Somnus comes over, FY with the help, and this is why he's got the $2,000 mount, because he plays this Mirana
Dire's
so
top
well.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mistake from Sylar too, though. No mana shield activated on him. Not entirely sure why, but they kill him again. And that's Mirana
Are they
on
gonna
top.
Moonlight Shadow to try and play aggressive again?
Collects Nova.
Yeah, they've got the stun, the arrow follow-up, no way to get out of this one. And they've got another kill. FY, he's sitting here 2-0-1.
Radiant's
And his
middle
net
tower
worth
is under
is
attack.
ahead of Sylar's. Like, that's how well this game is going for the side of Elephant.
Yep. And Somnus is sitting at 201 as well. And he's sitting at the top of the net worth right now. Gets a rune as well. This game is quickly falling away from EHOME, unfortunately.
And this could be a mental breaker. You win a game, like, the last game was a close game with good performances from the losing team. And I think a really good performance from EHOME. Hopefully, if this game does spiral out of control and it's like a quick one, it doesn't break EHOME's confidence, because I think EHOME played really well in game 1, and I'd like to see a 5-game series.
Yeah.
Snapping the coil.
Perfect.
All right, and the arrow landing. That's out onto XM, and they're gonna get this kill, taking out the puck. Supernova's committed, X-Nova's dead, and that is 2 more kills here for Elephant. Wow. FY again landing the perfect arrow.
Yeah, FI really wants to go to TI.
Oh, the arrow! Again on a Sylar! Somnus is here, and they will get this stun! He is dead to
mana shield again?
His mana shield is
Dire's
off!
middle tower is under
Oh
attack.
my FY!
What a lot of arrows.
In the words of you, he's a Giga Chad right now.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that. On the same level as FY.
Dire's top tower
Well, I was
is
saying
under
you say
attack.
the words Giga Chad.
An easy shot.
No.
Alright.
I am a Giga Chad. Hey, don't be like that, bro. Why you just ruin me like that?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
No, you are.
Thank you. I don't believe you anymore, though. But
Well,
nonetheless,
I was kind of forced into saying it. I was coerced.
but you shouldn't say that live. They got the blink, they got Max. It's almost his time.
Ooh, they'll come over. No, the Cone Blade didn't kill him. Battle Hunger. Now the super the stun from Somnus. Ravage committed. And that'll get the kill on a Chalice, but they do end up losing the Shrek. I don't think that really is awful for Elephant, considering Eurus is still continuing to farm. The pressure is being put on by Elephant continually.
Yeah, but it's a good kill nonetheless on the Leshrac. Tidehunter popped Ravage, so maybe Lesh could live, but there was a creep wave on top of the axe for some reason hitting him, which is never gonna happen.
Radiant's
yeah,
middle
Eurus,
tower is under attack.
Very rich. Sylar, not so rich.
No, he's not. He is right there with FY. Fade. Icarus dive. Spike Carapace. That sends the Starstorm down and the arrow. FY with another one. 3-0 and 5. He is a part of 8 of the 9 kills that Elephant have at the moment.
Yep. Imagine not banning Nyx Assassin.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What a hero.
Smoke.
Imagine not banning FY's Mirana. Fools.
They have deep Finger, and they have the smoke. They're gonna look for this. Oh, went the other way.
If they just walked up the hill, TB would have been dead.
They would have known, and yeah, that is unfortunate.
Nothing is going right for EHOME this game, man.
It's a lot of pressure, and I think it's kind of making them crumble quite a bit.
Well, Yang is just stealing the ancients away from Medusa by himself. Oh, that's gonna hurt as well. They're not giving them anything. Fuck. Getting chased down by Yang and Somnus.
Dire's middle
You
tower
even see the
is under
outfit from
attack.
Except.
Radiant
He's going into
structures
Desolator
are
over Blink.
fortified.
He's realizing they have no damage right now.
XM needs to be careful. Oh, looking for the impale? No.
Oh,
Radiant's top tower is under
hesitation is
attack.
defeat super.
Yeah.
He would have forgotten it the first time.
Yeah, but he fainted and stopped it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well, at least Chalice's game is still decent. It's just, how did they get this map back? Like, they have constant illusions pushing in all the lanes. They have Leshrac pushing in all the lanes. They have Tidehunter in the front. In this game, they don't have that Silver Edge to deal with him.
Nor do they have a Silver Edge carrier.
Yeah. It's not a draft you really want to fall behind with. The Radiant one.
Especially at this point, you're 7k behind. Like, this feels really bad.
Yeah, and of course, we said it many times throughout the qualifiers. EHOME a team plagued by inconsistencies. Much like Elephant, really. So, like, next game could literally be the same thing, but just the other way.
Are scanning.
I think the best thing for both these teams, whether or not they make it to TI, is the fact that it got pushed back. And they'll have such an opportunity to really hone it in.
Yeah. Like, whoever makes it to TI, for sure, is gonna have to make very good use of those, what, 3 months that we have now?
Yeah. Looks like EHOME might potentially want to smoke, because they've thrown down a sentry to maybe catch some vision. They'll take out the sentry over to the side. We'll see if that's the way they want to go about this. I would think if they want to smoke, it's got to be with Chalice and XM. Goes up into the air. Blink call. That's on the well done. FY. He'll die. They've got the Dream Coil down. It won't be enough to kill Eurus just yet, but they are rotating over the line with help out. And now they've got the finger as well as the Earth Spike to get the kill. The Culling Blade comes in, and Eurus ends up dead. Silo over mid. He's getting chased and killed off by Yang. They made the play. The TPs just aren't in time. However, Somnus, good impale from Super to keep Somnus alive. The Battle Hunger and the Sunray, though, that will,
burning
in
out.
fact, burn out Somnus. No, he's surviving. At least for now, the Battle Hunger not looking like it's going to be enough. They've got the call. There's the Supernova. They don't have a way to kill off the egg, but they got the two-man stun. They start to run on Yang. Max running. Supernova doesn't land. Blinking forward, going after this Tidehunter, but they still don't have the damage to kill this yet. And now he'll move over to the side and use that Ravage. That lands on 3 of these heroes, and they'll bring back in Somnus. They've also got a point. They need to kill EHOME. They'll take out Super. They'll trade that Nova, and now they'll despite the fact that he drops the blade mail, it's not enough to get the kill on any of these Elephant heroes. And now they leap forward. Yules, do they have the stun? They do. Somnus grabs it. There's the arrow. FY revenge over on XM. And Elephant, they back Somnus out. They come back with reinforcements. Yang survives the entire skirmish and throws down a Ravage that ends up getting them the victory in the fight.
Yeah, Somnus survived the severity. Oh, Sylar again.
He's spotted by Yang, and now FY, can he line up the arrow? He's got it available, but won't even throw it just yet. Oh, arrow. Ooh, gosh, it's under the tier 2. I don't think he's dying anyway, but it's just such a, when you start to get hit by so many arrows, the mentality becomes a problem.
This is the team that we're looking for from Elephant. Like, he makes it out barely on Lash. FYTPs to the tier 1 mid, refills his bottle, it makes sure Lashar can fight again. He gets a really good turnaround Ravage, and suddenly they win their team fight that they had no business winning. And Elephant is looking scary when they play like this. Just, we gotta see it more consistently, like all the time. If they play like this all the time, they're one of the scariest teams in the world, I'd say.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And that's, you know, what you're expecting.
And have been expecting for like, I don't know, 6 months at this point.
Allies disappear.
Arrow.
Not gonna land.
I just want to highlight again how good that stun from
Radiant's
Lashar was
middle
on the
tower
puck.
is under
Like,
attack.
it was perfect timing. He couldn't phase shift. It's like frame perfect.
Speed running phrase. Frame perfect.
Radiant are scanning.
You're gonna go for Roche, and of course they've got the double damage to go for this first Aegis.
Yep. It's also the power of Bottle, though. I think Bottle is gonna get nerfed in a way where power runes can only be stored for like 1 minute, not 2. They're looking to fight you potentially.
They're gonna get the Aegis out on the Somnus. They'll blow up the egg. They go for Sylar. He uses that stun gate here. Spike as well as the finger. You're out onto the Terror. He's silenced. The Years will die. They pick up the Aegis and out onto the Shrek, and now they're going to focus their attention on the Sylar. We'll pop the Mage, but they've got themselves the Ravage that hits on the Chalice as well as Sylar. They get the kill on the Medusa and take out this Axe. 2 years down to the side of EHOME. They did get the kill on the TB. They don't even take the Aegis out of the hands of this Lashrak.
Yeah.
Big win there for Elephant
The
again.
decision, though, of giving it to Lash, another Terror
Dyer's
Blade.
top tower is
Because
under
Lash
attack.
itemized very defensively. TB doesn't have the luxury just yet. And generally, you want to give TB the Aegis just to be able to farm up that next power item, which would be a Skadi. But either way, they still come out ahead in the team fight, get a lot of good kills. Versus, you know, he's gonna have to suck it up. He's like, I'm mad, but it's okay. I go to my ancients. Don't worry. I'm not angry. That's what I always say. I'm not angry.
Don't worry, I'm not angry. I know you were angry at me that one time.
Balance.
No, that's. I didn't say it's always like that. I said sometimes.
I don't
X-Nova,
think there
they
was a time
finally
you said
creeps
that to me.
together. It's not a good sign.
Somnus running over, and X-Nova very dead with the help of Super. He stops walking.
Ooh, the I give up on life move. Hate that one.
Who's
Sam
got the
has a Desolator.
Philosopher's Stone?
Who has the Philosopher's Stone? There's no Philosopher's Stone.
Okay, now it's coming out in the courier on Nyx Assassin.
Oh, Nyx is getting it, yeah.
And there's the other Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, he's gonna want, well, after that Yules, he can go to the Ags, right? And that's definitely gonna help him push forward towards getting it.
If the game doesn't end before that, honestly.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah.
Because
tower
the
is
pace
under attack.
Elephant is putting on right now,
Radiant's bottom
little bit too
tower
much for
is
EHOME.
fallen.
he has the
Gas,
match
gas.
out finished on
Dyer's
Dusa
top tower
finally,
is under
but
attack.
Sylar spotted by Super, and they're right on him with the Vendetta. Sylar might just be dead. He's gonna
Get
follow him
stalked.
all the way through. Yep, and there's the Vendetta shot. They've got the Impale. Arrow! Not on the mark. Now they go to the Stone Gaze. But the Yules from FY, the leaping Yules stopping the TP just as it was started.
Impale
So
too.
Sylar's in a lot of trouble. They're gonna try and react to this by bringing over Chalice. Blinking Call on the 3. That's nice. Mystic Snake hits on all three. They've got the mech being popped by FY, but Chalice taking a little bit of damage from Somnus. They might have the damage. There's the Ravage. They get the kill to Chalice. They look over at Sylar. He's out of mana, and Sylar to fall. They'll get the kill. Eurus will get credit for that one. And still, even with a three-man call, even with things kind of looking like they can turn around here for EHOME, Elephant are just too far ahead.
I had to fall. EHOME is not doing it.
Radiant's top tower is under
I
attack.
wanted to say Elephant is doing it, but I jumbled up the
Dire's
teams
bottom
and
tower is under
ruined it.
attack.
I still got one for later, don't worry.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top
It
tower
was a good reference. I'm, you know, that you caught on to. Happy about that.
Of course.
Radiant's top tower is
Super.
under
With the
attack.
With only level 1 in his mana burn,
Dire's bottom tower
it's just
is under
like
attack.
Only gonna get worse.
nuisance. Yeah.
They're stalking Fate, but Fate says no thank
Radiant's
you.
middle tower
I'm
is
out
under
of here.
attack.
They're still stalking
Dire's
XM,
bottom
and
tower
XM doesn't have a TP.
Greetings! Silence!
Arrow to where he was, and now Somnus to where he is.
Illusion.
Will miss the stun, pops the illusion, purging off that spirit vessel.
Yeah. Terrible, how are we looking? Scotty is coming. Okay, gold away. And this is the sort of game where the gold lead will never stop growing because of the heroes Elephant have. Like they can just push out the lanes so easily. Retreat to the jungle, farm all of that. The Sylar has a Crystallis, but he's not survivable at all this game. Like he can't front line at all. There's just nothing you can do. You get ravaged, TP hits you, you are dead.
Shadows, take us.
Now Mirana ult.
Chalice is over in the wing. He's waiting to make the jump in. They've got a sentry that
Udo.
just ran out, and now they've got another sentry, so they spotted this Moonlight Shadow.
Now who can you kill at this point? Tide? No. Somnus? Pretty difficult. Nyx and Mirana are the best bet probably. Aegis is out. But he's still very survivable.
13k lead. Scotty finished off.
Yeah, Scotty terribly, the big scary timing.
Tied to the impurities.
Dust out onto the Nyx assassin. He's on the run. He does have his team nearby. Maybe they'll retaliate on this one. Avoids the earth spike. He's got to go up in the air. And now Chalice is in some trouble. They'll use the supernova for the Ravage onto the backlines. Yang, he hits three of the heroes. Chalice looking over with the supernova going to pop. They get the kill. The super. They're going to go over at FY. They'll take out a second one as this Mirana gets taken out via the spirit vessel. Somnus moving in. He's got the full kill as well. Not a lot of mana left on him with the earth spike. Hits onto the track that doesn't the leveling call. On the two. They look over at Sarah trying to take the out of this one. This is successfully escaped, but Chalice will not be so fortunate.
Regeneration.
That was so close.
Chalice saving the day.
And this Lion would have almost died too. The arrow was already like touching his nose. Luckily, Lion's nose is pretty small, so it doesn't catch the arrow, but been a little bit worse. But as you said, at least Sylar gets out.
Radiant's
and XM
middle
gets out.
tower is under attack.
Big cores of the Radiant. When I say big, Sylar's not that big.
Oh,
Radiant
Yules again,
structures are
and the impact is gonna land. Now they're in trouble. They don't have the Ravage this time, but Sylar disarmed, so they'll push him back. They hit the Spike Carapace out onto Fade. They'll get the kill to the Phoenix. XM looking over at the side, and they don't have this axe to jump in, so they won't make a move, and the tier 2 tower will just be lost.
Yeah. X-Nova though, thanks to the Philosopher, getting very close to the blink, and that could potentially be a comeback avenue. Yang is getting spotted as they moonlight, so they're very well aware of what's happening. Still scary though, knowing that it's out there. XM is going into the enemy
Dire's
triangle.
courier has been killed.
Gets spotted by a random Somnus courier though. And FY is TPing straight away. Like he knows he wants to cut a creep wave.
No. FY. No.
Nope. The other way.
Ravage up in 30.
Satanic next. Once that's up, he should be pretty much unkillable. Another DD top. Somnus already dropped the bottle as well. Roshan may respawn in 15, so with that bottle DD, maybe they can get another Roche.
The bottle was waiting for him right on the rune.
What do you think about my proposed change? 1 minute instead of 2 minutes? Oh, they call it in!
XM, but they get the Hex out onto Yang. Yang has this Ravage ready to go, so if he can keep up with him, he might be able to start a fight. And now they'll look over to the side. Somnus with the Spirit Vessel, the Battle Hunger on him as well. And he's kind of forced to just sit on top of the steps.
So, what do you think about my proposed change?
Which change?
2 minutes to 1 minute. Power runes in the bottle.
It would definitely force you to, yeah, it would force you to use them pretty quickly.
Yeah. Like it's just way too good to be able to keep it for 2 minutes, I think.
I don't know if I would cut it in half to start, maybe a minute 30, and see if that changes the...
It's mostly because I hate power, I hate double damage runes in late game, to be honest, if you have the bottle.
They're coming over to the side. Oh my god, yeah! Supernova goes off, they look over at Yang. Eurus is going to join the fight. They get the disarm out of the Medusa. Icarus dive away. FY on this. They're going to lose the Medusa. Silent in the right side of the screen already. And FY looping forward, but on the other side of the fight, they've got the right clicks coming into the Chalice. They get the kill into the Axe, and FY continuing to move forward. He's got the Moonlight Shadow looking over at Fade. Can he get this kill? He does have the Euls. He's got to time it right.
He's all by himself, though.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
he has
is under
no help
attack.
to go for this, and it looks like he won't even make the attempt. And over mid, they're
Radiant's
losing their
middle
tier
tower
3.
has
The
fallen.
tier 3 goes down, and
Radiant's
they're going after the
middle
center
barracks
racks.
are under
Yang
attack.
leaking in and getting
Radiant's
all
middle
5
has
heroes.
fallen.
Right into them as they were setting up with that smoke.
Has fallen.
I'm actually surprised that the fight went quote-unquote so poorly, because Slash died right after. It was just because they weren't quite ready. Like, it was a massive Ravage, but they weren't ready to converge right away. It was still a massive setup, and Terrorblade still clears out at the end. They do get a Rex of it. Well played by Yang. There was under vision, right?
I believe that the dire ward
ward
that
there,
was up on the cliff caught that, and he knew exactly where they were going to be.
Yeah, absolutely massive.
The
And now
timing,
Terrorblade's
the
nothing
fact
but
that
a
they set up
quarter
like that. Yeah.
How do you stop this guy? Every time we see a farm Terrorblade like this, same question. How do you stop him?
Wow.
Caught super on the sentry, but makes it out just in time. This game is very rough now for EHOME. They're gonna have to sit on high ground, hope that Elephant overcommit, but Roshan is up. Don't want to do that. Also, don't forget neutral item tokens.
Yeah.
That's the most important one, I think.
You just have to post it to Reddit, and then you'll be okay. You'll get the support that you need.
I mean, we have like 60k people watching. I'm sure somebody can do that for me. Oh, nice blink outs.
Arrow coming in. Who's this gonna land on? It's on to Fade.
No Ravage though.
They're gonna go into the Moonlight Shadow and potentially set up again. Yang has Ravage available.
Yeah, and he's a tanky boy too, with that plate mail, Heaven's Halberd, Pipe, and Cloak of Flames. Meta
This is
up,
the difference,
Ravage up.
though, right? Between Tide getting hit with a Silver Edge and Tide now being able to continue to feel so tanky into the later parts of this game.
Dire are scanning.
It is a much better tight game. Plus, they just also don't have as much damage as they did in game 1. Like Medusa, Lina hit way harder than Puck Medusa that is under-farmed. X-Nova's blinking quite deep, trying to get deep wards, but Super caught a glimpse of him. He's not hunting him, but he should be aware.
Super getting both obs out of there. This is Aegis Cheese as well as the Axe Shard. I'd love to see Elephant go for this and get the Axe Shard available on Leshrac. And now they've got the Psychic Headband picked up by EHOME.
Yep. And Dusa hit level 20 as well for the mana gain talent, of course. I'm surprised that Elephant is being so hesitant with the Roshan. I don't think there's any way they can lose the fight right now.
It seems so improbable.
But now they're going for it. Probably also like Yeah, why are we so scared?
Haste!
X Nova just farming some jungle creeps next to them. He probably knows that Roach is happening too. He wants to steal it.
Got a blink. He's gonna try and make a move. And he did. He didn't get anything. He got him.
He waited until Roshan falls. That's usually never gonna work. Like, you're gonna blink in preemptively just as Roshan dies to get stuff. And you know, like, at this point, you're gonna try something. You respawn really fast anyways.
But that was also the inventory ready for the side of Elephant too. Sometimes you see like it takes us a second or two to get these items, especially with so much being dropped in the second Roche these days. That sometimes teams aren't ready.
Yankees was stuck in a tree. I couldn't even know it. Like, I didn't know that you can get stuck there. What is that?
All by myself. All right, he's fine. He's got the blink.
Naturally.
Greeting.
I wouldn't mind such a little dagger that just flings me around.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
A real life blink dagger.
How sick would that be? Like, somebody just annoying you, he's gonna boom. Where did he go?
He just left.
Cheryl! Where did he go?
Why is this person's name Cheryl? Are we in the 1950s?
I don't know. I like Cheryl. It's a nice name.
I think it's a very
All in service to
It's an old school name, but it's a very nice name. Like, reminds me of a very beautiful, smart lady.
On the taunt on the track, and now we're gonna follow that up with the Earth Spike. The impale misses, but the right hook's coming in from Eurus with the BKB Papa Chalice. Battle Hunger placed on Super. Icarus dive over. They'll go to the finger. Somnus down, trying to run. Moonlight Shadows out with the loaded sword, and now the Guardian Greaves. They'll get the save out onto the track. They've got the damage to kill off Fable. In the Supernova, the stun hits from this track on the challenge, so they're taking out two, and they don't have buyback available on the axe. Sylar make sure that he doesn't get it into the base, and now they'll get the Ravage, but it's into the Stone Gates. They look over. 3-man Earth Spike. Is it going to be enough? It's now 4 heroes from the stone, but the damage is just too much for EHOME to handle. The GG Elephant will take game 2 and even it up at 1.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Superior draft this time around, and much superior play as well. Watch this. Nothing EHOME could have done after this early game. They get crushed in 3 lanes. We all know it. You lose 3 lanes, game becomes very hard to play, borderline unplayable, and this time around was no exception. 1 apiece. This is the Elephant that we fear. But in game 1 they didn't look anything like this. Are we gonna get this Elephant again, or are we gonna get game 1 Elephant? Same with the EHOME. They look very timid this game. Yeah.
We've already seen.
Radiant team ban.
Because here. Yeah. Someone once told me I needed to face fear to get over it, and I thought, well, why not take it a step further and cut my fear into little pieces, then set my fear on fire, then throw the hot ash of my fear into a lake, and then poison the lake.
Radiant
And Black's just
team
so
ban.
laughing.
Look at that.
But Black, alright, yo.
Dire
But against the
team
Terrorblade
Radiant
Wyvern,
team.
I don't know if that...
Radiant team pick.
both is very possible. I like 4 Wyvern a lot, because with items this hero is strong. But at the same time, the Iron Shells are gone, so Darkseid's Aghanim Scepter isn't going to be as effective.
Dire
Why
team
those tears are...
Dire team ban.
we
Radiant
haven't
team
really
ban.
touched on that clockwork
You know, it's always us.
lose lane.
Pretty hard, but I'm assuming they will win the lane because it's a very strong lane. Darkseid Clockwork, you vacuum them into the cogs,
Dire
or
team
even just into the Battery Assault. You have the double Iron Shell. Very, very strong lane.
Do you think that it's going to end up being X-Nova on the
Radiant
clockwork and he
team
just
pick.
goes into the off lane, or do you think we see Fade on the clockwork and it's a 4th clock?
Honestly, both is very possible. I like 4 Wyvern a lot because with items this hero is strong. But at the same time, I've seen what Saxa can do on his clockwork before
choose
as
your
well.
hero.
Faceless Void against the Terrorblade. That is rough. Like, if Void loses his lane, he has 0 combat mechanics into this game, and Terrorblade, of course, will outfarm him massively. And you didn't really answer the Terrorblade almost at all. Only the Brewmaster did. Kind of a rough draft.
There's something that I do want to ask about. Like, do you think that they have done enough to nullify, I guess, just how strong EHOME can look on this Terrorblade? Or is this another case for you guys where you're going to go with EHOME because that Terrorblade can just farm and outscale almost anyone?
Well, B-Cup and I think I can speak for you as well. We're gonna go with Terrorblade until it loses. So,
Sure.
Okay.
that's our analysis.
Yeah.
We're done.
Still. Okay. Thank you for that great insight, guys. I really
I
appreciate
did so well.
Big up. Are you going to go with that EHOME Terrorblade pick?
Yeah, I think it's like a probably 65-35 matchup right now for eHome's favor. I think the TV is just too strong. The control from the Winter Wyvern is going to be massive. We'll see what FY does. I think he's had a lot of impact on the Swing, enough to maybe gain a couple percent points in terms of how well I think it's going to go for Elephant. But it's tough. I'm also wondering what this Void build is going to be, because if it goes Battle Fury, I don't know if that's going to be fast enough to even keep, like, Terrorblade's just going to be ahead, I think.
Well, I might have to join you guys on that side of picking Terrorblade until it loses. Hopefully no Caster Curse happens here. But Black
Prepare for
and
battle.
B-Cup, please stay away.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Bitte. What else do we have?
Chill, baby.
Oh, Gamsa Hamida. Yeah, we forgot that one.
Yeah, sure, I know that. I knew exactly what that was. Sure,
Of
you
course,
got it.
that-
Together, win together, slay
Did you know it's
together,
always
slay
us?
together, slay
Great team.
together.
Yeah. So, Boss 4 Clock is really played a lot by OG, and Saxa looks really good on it pretty much every time. Deals a lot of damage, has a lot of impact. So, Fate on this Boss 4 Clock going to replicate a similar success. It's not easy though. Like, Clockwork is a hero that can be very hit or miss. And if you miss some of those
30
early
seconds
kills,
to battle.
early hook shots, your mid game might not be as strong as other Boss 4s.
Yeah, but I will say the last time we saw X-Nova on this Winter Wyvern, it was a very impressive performance. And I think he had one, questionable Winter's Curse. But other than that, I think he was quite strong overall.
I did one curse, almost lost that game. I remember that one.
Yep.
Gotta be so careful
The battle
on
begins.
who you curse and how you get that done. They're gonna give a rune to a piece. But yeah, this Void can work if it wins lane. But we've seen so many times where Void just gets pressured too much, loses lane, and he's just a non-factor. I think even in this qualifier we saw where he had like, 900 damage done. We're not gonna see this game, but Joris has already taken a lot of damage, gotta be careful.
What's the build for this Void?
Probably Maelstrom, Mom Maelstrom, or just Maelstrom, or just Mom. But you want to have one of the two. Actually, definitely don't go Battlefield. If you go Battlefield, I feel like you're just destined to fail.
That's what I was thinking too, because we've seen a couple of these carries go Battle Fury on a timer, and it's just like, it always seems to be against the Terrorblade, right? Where they go this Battle Fury.
But people are really scared of playing against Terrorblade, honestly, because if you reach that late game, Terrorblade is such a scary hero to play against. And you can't blame him. Like, Terrorblade's win rate in this qualifier is super high, I think.
I think Terrorblade Mirana is perfect. That like duo is still perfect throughout all regions.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, it's hard to answer. Yeah, super trouble. He's fast enough with the Spirit though. But you can already see the pressure is mounting. Korea will have to bring out a lot of region.
Yeah. Interesting that he went just boots like that.
I'm very interested to see mid lane too. Like, can Somnus continue to do very well against XM or not?
Well, considering that it's, you know, that first pick TA that's been countered, I'm wondering, not only can Somnus do well in his lane, can Somnus do well in this game?
True. Like, it's gonna be tough. There's three... Honestly, the entire lineup is pretty much tailored to counter TA. Someone has to be careful. Oh, okay, has to TP out. Good recognition there.
The tier 1.
Right. Like, Darkseer is also a hard counter to TA. Yang? He has no very
quite low. FY doesn't have anything to help him. I'll just throw that salve over.
Are also designed to counter TA in this draft. Like, TA is just countered by all 5 heroes, basically.
So now that's the thing, you can't really rely, I would say, on TA having this breakout performance, so it's on your Void, and now the Void's build we have to look into and see what he's going to go for. He can make things happen if he drops down, I would say, a perfect Chronosphere, but then the damage into it, you've got Earth Splitter, maybe you've got Sharpshooter that's going to land into the Chrono and help you out, but things can definitely be a struggle even if you do land a Chrono that is, you know, on multiple heroes.
My worry is they just don't have enough magic damage, cause Winter Wyvern is also considered a Void counter. Like, you just cold embrace someone in there, Void won't be able to kill that guy. They picked it into it, which is why I was so surprised by the Void pick.
I don't know. Well, was the Void really the best pick that was available to them?
It's tough. Like I told you, Naga Siren this game would have been so good. Against Razor, against Terrorblade, would have been perfect. But nobody wants to play it. And Naga TA is very scary for sure, but that is the trap you put yourself into when you first pick the TA. First overall pick TA, we saw it win once.
Looks like all 3 lanes right now for EHOME are going quite well.
Yeah. Void though is doing pretty good for himself. Or Super.
Some trouble. And might go down here. He'll be first spread the Chalice. They could potentially even get Urine. Surge, Iron Shell, Bash. Won't do anything for him.
No life.
It's the power of Clockwork plus Iron Shell. That's how potent it is. And they're coming off to a perfect start. This is exactly what this Clockwork wants.
It's almost similar, I would say, to Game 2 in what Elephant did to EHOME.
Very similar. The lanes aren't going as bad. Our top 3 net worth, you can see, all belongs to EHOME right now. They're getting some massive stacks out though. How many Ancient is that? 4 Ancient, 4 Big Camp. And TA is already setting up to farm the Big Camp. Does not want to lane against the Razor anymore.
X-Nova though, he's trying to really make a...
If someone has no TP, if he gets caught, dead. He's not level 6 either. Eye of the Storm is available.
The hidden ones are
They're gonna die.
He's rotated and accomplished. Bushwhack holds the razor still. You got the cogs and now the look for the sweep. It lands on the 3, but there's just no follow-up to this. And Sonya stepped up for a moment and, oh my god, almost ends up like killing himself by stepping forward. And EHOME are aware of these stacks. They've got this great ward right by the steps too. The pressure that's being put on by EHOME is such a deterrent for Somnus to go and take those stacks. Try to get anything done.
Yeah. It's not an easy one. They don't have a deep-ish ward. Doesn't really see the stacks, so you won't see the exact XM.
Razor taking a lot of damage. XM getting low. Has the static link, but it's not going to matter. Somnus gets the kill. That's a big one for them to finally get.
Yeah, the refraction. Trooper ends up dying as well, but it's a very good trade for the TA. He needed to get that one. Aeroblade? Still having a good time top though. Yang is very close to 6. When he's 6, Terrorblade has to be scared. Also the skills right there. Oh, XM is being top actually before this Brew 6. They're looking for a kill. Oh, no.
Yeah, they got the static link, and now Yang thunderclap. Survive this with the plasma field hitting him. One more right click. XM will have the kill. All the while, you've got Somnus who's trying to pick the stacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have no way of. Cog speed. Braids XM coming over, and this could be a kill on a Somnus, but another big sleep from Super.
Super is owning. He's so spot on with his Elder Titan rotations.
Can XM even attempt this stack?
No. Razor's not a hero that can farm stacks, unfortunately. None of the heroes are really good at farming ancient stacks. Terrorblade can, but he needs some.
With a little bit of help, right?
Yeah. Yang might be looking for a kill on Terrorblade soon. Look at those wards they have on the Dire. Such close proximity, all 3 of them.
Let's see if one sentry gets both.
Dire's top
doesn't
tower
have a sentry to
Sentry didn't
spot
get
that.
anything.
Static link once again. Cogs around Somnus. Somnus on the run under the tier 1 tower. Challenges into Eurus, by the way, and that was with the Chronosphere and the help of Super, but you lose Somnus over mid. Fly again. Looking over at XM, who feels somewhat fragile against this Hoodwink.
Yeah. We saw a little misplay also come out from Chalice. He Iron Shelled the Faceless Void rather than the illusion that he wanted to Iron Shell. Otherwise the Void would have died as well, would have been a decent trade for him. But as things stand, it's not terrible for Elephant. Like, they're not getting overrun in this early game. Yeah, sure, she's not the damage she wants to be, but it could be a lot worse. They're smoking up again straight away with an Iron Shell of 5 flower and looking for the tier 1 tomorrow.
They want to shut down Somnus.
I think they saw him already. Euros? Euros
Yeah, they see him taking this stack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Somnus, you have to be careful. You saw the clockwork. You saw the clockwork.
And he's got level 6. He has the hook shot. They've got the primal split. They're going to go after these heroes. They'll throw the stun over on XM. And now the Cyclone on. He'll be out on the Dark Seer. They hit the sweep. They hope to get the kill on XM. Yang will get credit for that one. And now they'll focus their attention on the Chalice. They'll drop down the trap on the right click in. Somnus with a kill of his own. They don't get much from the stack as EHOME tried to take it for a second. But backing away from the primal split, they end up losing to Elephant. It wasn't the best lanes, but they've reacted really well to the aggression of EHOME.
Yeah, that's what it needed to do. They brought everybody, including the Faceless Void, even without Chronosphere, because they knew EHOME was going to contest the stacks. They lose the mid tower, but they protect the big prize.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
TA almost getting this standard Dragonlance. Fade walks up onto the high ground. They've also got XM coming in. They don't have the primal split this time. It's on cooldown for another 82 seconds. And the battery assault, the right clicks on a Super will be enough to get the kill.
Yeah.
And the LG ward.
Well, the big winner throughout all of this, though, is this Terrorblade? Untouched, got the mid tower throughout all of this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yang got hookshot actually. Why was he bottom?
Oh boy, he's in trouble. Battery assault once again. Bushwhack, can it save Yang? Looking likely. Cold Embrace, that keeps Fade pretty close. He's got the trap as well, the Node Strike ready to go out onto this Clockwork, and they will end up getting the kill onto Fade, who oversteps just slightly.
They gotta play more with the darks here, I feel like. If there's an Iron Shell on him, then Drew's dead 100%. Like we said how important the Iron Shell is for him to be able to kill people. And Chalice as well as Fate, they gotta stick together a little bit more.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He has Chrono, they have Sharpshooter too. That tower also taken down. That's a lot of space for EHOME.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They've only got a 1k lead. TV though, it's in second in the net worth. TV's actually gotten a lot out of this game considering how much pressure was put on us on this.
Yeah, just a question. If you're hard counter with 5 heroes, how much does your net worth mean? Look at the Void. That is the big question mark here. He finishes Maelstrom now, I believe. Quite late. It is a farming tool for him. He'll be able to catch back up, but I'm still not looking forward to seeing those mid-game team fights here against his Winter Wyvern. Very scary prospect.
Your Chrono can be completely negated by the fact that you could go into the Chrono and then all of a sudden X-Nova just puts the Winter's Curse on you to save, right?
Yeah. Or even just to Cold Embrace. All your damage is physical, pretty much. You have a Sharpshooter, and maybe an Earth Spirit, but that's the extent of your magic damage.
So the question becomes, who do you go for?
Yeah. It's not going to be an easy Chronosphere though. Like if he Chronos,
top tower has fallen.
If he doesn't Chrono the Void, he can get vacuumed out. If he doesn't Chrono the Razor, he can get Static Linked. If he doesn't Chrono the Winter Wyvern, of course, there's a Curse as well as Cold Embrace. It's not easy this game. Not at all.
No, he can't. Chalice gets the kill.
Playing Brewmaster against Clockwork feels so bad. Just like Jakiro. Stuck in your animation, there's nothing you can do.
Long animations and it ends up costing him as he'll end up dead. Did he drop the wall for that?
Is a great conductor.
And XM farming here with the Eye of Storm, doing what he can to get to that quick EV.
Yeah, they've had Chrono off cooldown for a long time. They gotta use it every time they have it. Be able to get some kills because they're falling behind in the farm war right now. What did Sumnus go for? Blink Dagger. He wants to assassinate the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, I think that's a must.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Then again,
attack.
who can follow up on your blinks? Because Brewmaster's going to the Midas. Void is not the one. XM almost has his BKB. And they're getting some really scary items.
Yeah. I think it's the moving that's coming out from X-Nova too. Like this Observer spots Super, spots FY, spots that smoke coming through.
They just smoked like that. I mean, even the normal vision from Razor saw that smoke.
Yeah. It would have been surprising that they're so willing to smoke like that.
I think they're feeling
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
They're still coming around with the smoke, and if they could catch Sylar, that would be massive. Bushwhack comes in, and they're looking to get a Sharpshooter out onto the Sylar. They'll charge it up completely. He does hit it, but there's nothing to follow that up. He was broken for a second. You don't
Dire's
have
middle tower
Void or
has
TA
fallen.
as they're taking the mid-tier 1.
Chalice though, he has this almighty Aghanim Scepter timing now, where you get the 300 bonus health on everyone you put it on. This is massive. Like they already don't have a lot of damage on Elephant. This Ag Scepter could completely ruin them. Look at Clockwork suddenly sitting at 1800 health. It's ridiculous. XM sitting at 1900.
Down into the Falcon Blade.
They catch up Brewmaster again. Bad news for Yang. So far he's staying safe, but they have a rocket flare to scout him. Really.
TP in.
Bottom already.
FY, Yang, both here.
There's a rocket flare behind the tower.
Yeah, and that's gonna see FY, and now they're going for the hook shot. It actually misses. FY's gonna lose his career anyway, and that's on the 8th lens. They're gonna jive this. They'll use the primal split. The sharpshooter goes off, but it's not gonna do anything. And now you need to be careful with these pandas. Chrono comes out on a 2. Do they have the damage? The in the static link, it's out into Eurus, and this isn't looking good. The Eurus is gonna come through and get the kill on the fade. Chalice getting low. They'll fall 2 years down the side of EHOME, but they are gonna get Eurus. They'll sunder. They'll look over at Yang, who's trying to take out X Nova as a +1, potentially even XM. Goes forward, XM gone, XM might be next! Sylar left on his own, the sweep lands again from Super, and Somnus, he's got the damage to get this change. He's already used the Sunder, he'll get the kill to Super, he looks over, Yang might have the damage to do so, one more clip! Yes, he does! And Sylar might walk away from Somnus! Trapped down, Conjure image, and now Somnus just needs to blink right on him with the melt strike, and it will be a full team wipe for Elephant, but that is a back and forth fight that only slightly goes in the favor of this Elephant side.
That's a big move though.
Oh, on a Somnus, Chalice coming in, the melt strike, the right clicks out on a feed, is it going to be enough? Vacuum, and they'll hold him still, they'll hold him dead, and hold him down. Fade, getting the kill on a Somnus, it's a team wipe for a team wipe.
Yeah, that ended up being not bad for EHOME after the TA kill. If only he had gotten out of there, it would have been so good for them. But you can see how that fight started. The missed hook shot is a big opportunity for Elephant to exploit. They went really aggro after the hook shot missed, and suddenly you're completely out of position on this EHOME side. It's just, the damage is very lacking. Like, TA fought for like a good minute to be able to kill all these heroes.
Somnus is going into the Deso and will have that extra bit of damage coming through on the next fight, but when will that next fight be? You're looking at a Blink Dagger next for the Darkseer, XM. He's going to have Euros quite soon. Winter Wyvern, X Nova going at least into the Holy Locket to start. He usually goes Holy Locket into the Blink Dagger, and you've already got the point booster into the Scotty for TV. And Ags is being built for Fate. Like, this is a couple of big items that'll come out. An Elephant, you know, Deso, Sanjin Yasha for Void. The Chrono is there, but he immediately gets static linked. He has to bail. It really was not a Chrono that did anything for him.
This we were talking about. You can get a really good Chrono, but if one of those core targets is not in there, which is 3 of them, Wyvern, Razor, and Darkseer, it's gonna be tough for you. Like, you're gonna need a BKB eventually. Going into a Sanjin Yasha. But who is really building into damage? They have damage amplification from Elder Titan. That's it. TA is trying to, but not having a BKB on TA also is gonna feel really bad. Those upcoming team fights against the Darkseer.
Yeah.
It's a very tough draft to execute. And Elephant, honestly, I'm surprised they haven't lost more than they have so far. Good job by them. But the game is only gonna get harder.
Totally agree. You know, you're going up against that TB, which we've talked about as the problem as the game goes on. So you now have to wonder yourself, do they have enough to counter this TB? He's not as formed to the TA. You talked about that as well, the effective net worth of the Templar Assassin, the fact that you're countered by so much. Does Somnus really work well with this net worth? And right now he has. But you said the BKB needs to come out. That's going to be a while, unless he changes his idea of what he wants to get from this Deso to BKB.
You need a Deso. Like, you don't have enough damage as is, so
it's tough. It's a tough spot to be in. And then I think right now your effective net worth is all of your net worth for Somnus. But as time goes on, it's not going to feel like that net worth number is as strong as it should be.
Yeah, especially once items come out on the Wyvern, who is pretty poor so far, which is very good news for Elephant. Like, if this Wyvern had an Ether Lens or a Blink Dagger, I would say this game is almost impossible to play for Elephant.
Which is usually the build for X Nova. He goes into the Holy Locket and then he picks himself up that Blink Dagger, and we've seen what X Nova can do with a Blink.
But just look at his item build. Like, he's maxing Cold Embrace. Doesn't even have max Splinter Blast, which is what we usually see. All about the saving. They're lagging, apparently.
Yeah. Are they?
Not a good time to lag.
The double equals means lag, right?
No, double equal means wait.
Oh.
It's always like that, they pause and...
Double equals Kale. Or just Ka.
Yeah, and you know... Yep. They're lagging. But we've also seen in late game, right? Even if TA gets really obesely farmed, we have seen what Razor can do to a TA. With a refresher on, with a Shiva's guard. You double link him, and suddenly he's like minus, I don't know, 100 damage. Tickle me, heal me.
That was the scariest part, was the refresher on that last Razor we saw, which was on XM.
Yeah. They're still holding a gold lead. That's the problem though. Like, I'm favoring Elephant maybe not ever in this game. Like, EHOME has better scaling lineup. They have a better mid game. When is this Elephant lineup ever going to be ahead? Like, they need to heavily outplay in order to win this game throughout all stages of the game.
It feels like a true underdog situation for them in this game.
But TA, like, you're never going to scale as good as TV and Razor, right? Same as Void. Maybe if you get 6 slotted and same farm as TV, but how is that ever going to happen?
Easier to have right now. And Sanj almost has the Yasha.
Yeah, has the Sanj Yasha, but he needs that BKB as well against the Darkseer. Then you go BKB, you still have Winter's Curse to worry about as well as the Static Link. It's a lot of questions to be answered by all of them.
Which means you need a lot of time to build up those items to have those answers, but again, when playing the late game, being on a timer up against this TB is always tough.
Yeah. I think Elder Titan, if he gets rich into the mid-late game, that's a winning condition, like if he gets an Aghanim's or something, because that will allow him to run close to the TB and Razor and negate all their armor for his TA and to Void to really start dealing the damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe you can even chrono the Elder Titan in melee range to the TB just so the aura is applied, you know? That's maybe another little thing they could do, amplify the damage. They know TA is farming there, they actually smoked up there. No Iron Shell though on Clockwork right now. Give it to them, Shells. There it is a map. And they're on the hunt. They find Yang.
Yeah, Yang spotted, and he's 800 gold away from getting this ag, so he really wants to get out of this and have this gold. Primal Split to avoid the hook shot. He'll send the Earth Panda back and away from this EHOME lineup.
I gotta say though, Fate is he seems very uncomfortable. It's just hooking. Like, he saw him for quite a while. He didn't hook, right? He could have hooked him at the creep camp. Then he walks a bit closer, gets unsmoked, and sure, it's a bruise split used, but he's getting close to his axe.
And that's why he desperately needed to keep that gold. He doesn't want to be set back. He wants his ags as much as possible because we saw how much the Primal Split was doing for them. Have 2 charges on that, and it's going to be a massive upgrade for him. Obviously, it's a massive upgrade when you get 2 charges, but I'm just saying, overall, with what seems to be the most effective part of their team fight at the moment, having 2 charges is a big boost for the Alpha lineup.
Yeah, I'd agree 100%. They're looking to push the top tower here. They don't have the Skadi timing yet. Or potentially... Razor's not there either. They're gonna be careful. They don't want to fight on Elephant's terms.
Rock it on!
Or do they?
He needs to be careful about how much he's just standing here and posturing up.
Hey, how you going?
Bushwhack coming through. You want to follow this up with the chrono. You know that Darkseer is right here.
Thought about it, but there's a Winter right
there. You gotta assume that everybody's you gotta assume that everybody's here. Except for the Razor that's showing. The hookshot comes down to the back lines, and now they're gonna go after Super. They drop down the wall. Vacuum, it's not gonna land. Chrono out on the 2, going after the Dark Super. They got the point of race. That's them coming in. So now Eurus, he's got the damage to kill off Fade. Earth Splitter coming through the sweep on the 2. That's gonna land on the Chalice as well as XM. So now FY maybe moving forward with the rest of his team. And Bushwhack, that hits onto the TB. Acorn shot to follow it up. That bounces over onto XM, and now Eurus. He doesn't have chrono. They really don't have that lockdown to make anything happen, but it's enough of a deterrent to push EHOME away.
It's a decent chronosphere, but it's a chrono for clockwork. Like, that's just how you know how little damage they have. And one cold embrace on Daxia, Void was like, alright, I'm out. Can't do anything.
They're gonna smoke, they want to go again. Which is a little bit surprising, but they do have the Ags on the brew. And like I said, that feels like the most prominent part of their team fight. Now XM gets up onto the high ground. Euro's gonna time walk forward. But the Winter's curse. X-Nova in a perfect position. That's gonna be out on the Yang. He's gonna be forced to use the primal split. If he can even get it off, and he can't. So the Ags is now worthless because he's dead. So all that network, all that team fight ability is already gone. They're gonna look over as they've got the Iron Show on that Sylar. He'll chase down Eurus, who has the time walk. Slowing down this TV. Eurus, he's got some space. He'll farm this camp while XM focuses his attention on the Eurus for a second, but won't commit.
It was a lot closer than I thought it would be. It's gonna be a holy locket out for Winter in just about 800 gold, so those shields are gonna be much more efficient.
Right. What do you think is causing this game to be so close? Is it the inconsistencies from EHOME or just the hesitancy from EHOME? Because they haven't been as aggressive as I thought they would be.
Yeah. That, and also Elephant playing together a lot. Like, they're playing very well, Elephant. It's just, if you're an even network, EHOME is actually ahead by quite a bit. And they need to be much more ahead coming into this mid-late game portion of the game. Because otherwise you just can't match the power of EHOME's heroes.
Right.
Like, TA has a BKB now. Can you actually fight with her? Like, if you blink in first, you're done. Like, you need to get a good chrono, you need to blink into the backline somehow, or maybe hit heroes in the chronosphere, line up those side blades. Which could honestly be a game winner for them. Like, they line up a couple of good heroes with those side blades, they take pure damage. Suddenly those damage issues are non-existent anymore. But it's not easy to do. That's what I'm saying. Like, the game plan is very complicated. Upward again, looking for a hook.
He's gonna move up on Super. He's getting really close to this Ags, and that's gonna be problematic. You already saw how much it hurts Yang to even try to get that primal split out.
At the same time, though, you see Fate being very, very hesitant with his hook shots. I feel there could have been a kill on the Titan. Like, you just hook him, push him back with the cogs, you have a vacuum to follow up. And the TB was right there to hit him as well. Maybe he's getting a little bit into his own head.
Could be. You're still farming top.
He almost doing the unspeakable thing. They're getting away with it. Or are they? XM.
I'm a split XM. And there's the Cyclone.
There's a void, you can't BKB
coming
now.
over, now you can't BKB TP because he'll just get hit by this chrono. He'll BKB anyway. Sharpshooter misses, time walk forward, and they want him to use the chrono. Somnus will get credit for the kill on XM. Really well done there by Elephant. And XM getting caught all by himself.
You can't do that on this level of play. Like, at this level of play, you're gonna get punished for showing 3 lanes. They get punished immediately. What were they thinking? I thought he got away, but then he goes for another wave. It is so greedy.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Now they've got
gotta be really careful here, EHOME. You got a better draft, but you gotta play
Radiant are scanning
properly. Like, showing it 3 lanes, pushing out 3 lanes at once is very, very cocky. And Elephant is not a team that's gonna let you get away with that. And Roshan is up now. Smoking again, looking for a big fight with the Chronosphere.
Dire
without the Razor up for 20 seconds, he might even be feeling like he's forced to buy back if there's a fight that happens. Winter's Curse gets forced out, but now Cold Embrace, Somnus blinked into this. The damage they do with the Metal Strike gets nullified by the fact that he's got the Cold Embrace, but it keeps him close enough, long enough, for them to get the kill.
At least this gives XM enough time to respawn. He's gonna be ready for the
They'll go to Roche off this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Roche is good.
Hop back on the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit premature, but to be safe than sorry.
Radiant's middle tower is
Brewmaster,
under
high
attack.
priority. Wait, did you Roche again? Rocket is coming.
Pocket Flare spotted.
Yours is just standing there.
Brewmaster using that Midas. He's only got Tome queued up at the moment with 2,300 gold. It can't commit to the Roche pit. And EHOME have done a good job of putting their pressure onto the pit and, well, forcing Elephant to come up with the decision on whether or not they want to stay.
Alan saw for Terrorblade. It's a massive pickup as well.
Almost a Scotty here for Void.
Yeah. Guardian Void. It doesn't add more damage, but I guess they're just looking to prolong those team fights.
Dire's bottom tower.
Which honestly, I don't know what favors.
Boom,
I
there
think we
it
should favor EHOME quite a bit. You have those double splits, sure, but your tier doesn't necessarily want long fights. Shiva's got done on the Razor. Big pickup for him. Going straight
He's going
to
Refresher next.
Yeah. Standard pickup. Actually going into the Greaves. Give the team more armor.
Enchanted Quiver for Somnus.
Classic.
That's got the Psychic Headband. We'll see if anybody takes that. Right now, at least for Brewmaster, he's holding on to the Cloak of Flames. He's going for a Refresher as well. Has that Midas off cooldown. And we'll use it. So, he's getting close. We're just trying to deal with these illusions. They've got the traps down. They have the smoke fade. Is he going to be confident enough to just go to that hook shot? He does not have that Axe just yet. He's still 400 gold away from having that overclocking.
Yeah. Are they looking for Roche themselves, potentially? You gotta put down the statue first.
Sneak in.
Got a trap, guys. Ooh! You need to know they have a trap.
And they're just going to look to get the sweep on a Sylar, but he'll step out of range. But you've got the Bushwhack, you have the Acorn shot. It's very hard to go into this Roche pit and feel comfortable with the sweeps, with the control that potentially can come out from Elephant. But they're still going to commit to it with no sentry down from EHOME. So that means the trap is there. They've got the vision, and they're going to send another Spirit their way. So Sylar, pop that Manta. Eurus is standing his ground for the moment. It's kind of hard for Fade to find the proper alignment to get a hook shot out as his team is stepping in front of him.
It's a very tense
See if he
moment.
can get the angle.
Fight makes or breaks the game for both teams.
Yang is just sitting back. He's got the Ags, and he wants to just use his little
Dire's
primal
middle
splits.
tower is under attack.
3k health on the Roshan. It can die in an instant for both teams, pretty much. They're both just staring each other down.
There it goes.
Cinder Brew hook shot. Backlines, he was looking for Yang, but now the cross wheel's going to land there too. They got the bounce that hits on the clockwork. The damage on the chalice doesn't feel like enough, but they've got the Earthquake coming in. They've got the Code Embrace that's going to keep them off this clockwork. No shot, multiple shots. Landing on both those heroes. They get the kill on the chalice. They'll fade. They'll buy back on this clockwork. They've got the static link, and now they're working with the Winter Shoot to get the kill on the Simons as well as Furious. They'll take out the TA, and Eurus is in trouble. He doesn't have a Chrono to work with. Yang using these pandas. He needs to be careful. Bushwhack doesn't come in. X-Nova getting one for the break. Surviving on there. We can't get the split up with the battery, so they get the split, but it's too late. They'll buy back on this Brew once again as he's got himself that second primal split. They don't want to allow them to get this Aegis inside the pit. The wall goes down. FYA point shot as well as the Bushwhack. They won't be able to get the landing here. But now he's trying to get the Aegis. It's still on the deck. It's still on the deck, and it's snatched by Eurus. He finally picks it up. They've got a Clone Embrace that's going to come out of action. So he'll try for a little bit longer with the setup. They got a Eurus and now the plasma field. One more, two more right clicks. Not going to be enough to get the kill on the pieces. We're just giving the hook over now. It's Super, who's within the cards. They get the kill on X-Nova, and it is Yang doing so much with this fight. Moving forward is FY Acorn shot, time dilation, out of X, and showing him on the Chalice, trying to do it again to save himself. It's Razor. Chalice, Surge, as well as the vacuum. Does he have enough? It's not looking likely. There it is. There's the kill onto XM. Chalice, Sylar, Fade, all focusing their attention on the Yang. They're going to try and chase down this Brewmaster. Brewmaster 38 seconds without the promise that they land on the front. And now they look over Chalice with Eurus getting over the right click. So get the kill on the darts here. TV, he's low. Fast out on the Fade. FY taking a lot of damage here. But now the Pucha comes out on this score that is Hoodwink. Hoodwink did. Fade gets the kill, and Eurus will be able to walk away. He's held on to this Aegis throughout the entire fight, and somehow Elephant come out ahead.
That's massive. Like, I don't know how he got that Aegis, to be honest. He was Yuled by the Razor, and nobody picked up the Aegis. I don't know how that happened.
Defense.
Like, they had like 3-4 seconds to pick it up, and somehow Yuled gets his hands on it. Like, this is absolutely massive. That was supposed to be EHOMEs. They were supposed to win that team fight. TA had no buyback, couldn't come back into the fight, but instead they lose a lot of heroes because Euros got his hands on that Aegis. And now things
on top of which,
bad for Elephant at all.
Oh, look at the pit. What's missing still?
What do you mean?
What's still not in the pit? After all this, no, not the shard. It's not anything that was dropped by Hiroshi, but what is missing from the pit?
You mean the sentry?
Radiant have a sentry down. There's no sentry for the Dire. The trap stays there the entire time. They have the vision the entire time of that fight. How is
a big oversight for sure,
allowing that?
But they outplayed them.
Allowing that to happen?
I mean, they outplayed him anyways, though. Like, he jumped in with the Void, gets Yuled on the Void by XM. Just nobody picks up the Aegis.
Is under attack.
I don't know how that happens at this level of play. 3 seconds time.
That buyback was crucial, and the Ags is crucial because he has that second primal split.
And this DD now for Somnus. You don't have bottles anymore. But yeah, as I said many times, sentry wards against TA absolutely crucial. You need that.
Is under attack.
I don't know if they ran out of sentries or what, but you can't attempt Roshan if you don't have sentries. Or
Smoke comes out.
TB, close to butterfly now. Double damage smoke could potentially cause a lot of damage. Fade.
He has Chrono. Meld strike and the damage is more than enough.
Dire's middle tower is under
building
attack.
damage also.
Dire's middle
They get into
tower
this net worth where maybe they can fight on par with EHOME. Terrorblade is still very scary.
You look all sorts.
He almost got ignored. Throughout the back end of that fight, he got ignored.
Like, what do you want? We're just gonna kill the entire team. A lot of pressure coming in bottom. Somebody needs to go here, I think. Or the tower might take too much damage.
Tower is under attack.
Okay. Elephant say,
Dire's
we don't
top
care.
tower has fallen.
No, they do. Okay, that's a butterfly terribly. I have no good answer for that.
Get a butterfly in the TA.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What will he go for from this satanic pickup once he gets it?
The Void is getting very strong now too.
And he's got the Ags, and the Hunter's Boomerang's massive too.
Radiant's middle tower is under
There's a lot of
attack.
really good items coming out. Look at Yang. Finish this refresher. There's 4 splits now.
I think he's gonna go Nullifier next.
Yeah, Nullifier. Potentially the Radiance.
Have another.
Just
No
the
TAs there.
Relic.
Go.
Beat up for now.
The problem with Nullify is you have to kind of get out of his split to do it. That
So you
would
think he's
be
gonna
like
go
an
for the
18.
Radiance if he's gonna pick up the Relic?
I don't know if he's actually gonna go for the Relic. Like, and this makes much more sense. Yep. Yes, Aaron is queued up. They know the TA is here.
Somnus nearby, BKB, right click's coming out. They've got the shard on Somnus, so he's able to get that silence out into Fade, but the Force Staff away. Now, do you think about going into the hook shot? Not with a lack of information behind this TA.
Age is gone. Soon. No.
$5K lead right now for Elephant. Certainly not
Radiant's
out of the
top
realm of
tower is
possibility
under
that
attack.
EHOME bring this one back.
Yeah. But even to be in this position is a super good effort by Elephant. Like with this draft, it's so tough.
First round was
Waiting for
finished for the
refresh on
Razor too.
Where's the Trickster Cloak? Is it on Razor? It is on Razor.
There's one on
XM again,
yeah.
all by himself though. It's not the first time he's done this. Trickster Cloak.
Maybe my finger got twitched.
Oh, I don't think FY saw the Trickster Cloak. Even if he did, what can you do about it?
No Aegis, so potentially EHOME ones who will look for a fight once the refresher is done in 400 gold. Both teams getting a telescope.
so good for the Wyvern. The best items for her.
Conceal yourselves.
What is TB going for
being
next?
pulled
Just
next for the TA.
panic, maybe?
He's got 500 gold. Ooh, Spell Prism.
Radiant's
They're
bottom
going to,
tower
though.
is under attack.
Probably Brewmaster.
Maybe Brewmaster. I wouldn't even mind it on the Hoodwink. His Bushwhacks have been pretty impressive and pretty important in these fights.
Yeah, potentially. And it's Chalice and Fate setting up by themselves. Like, the two of them can't really kill anymore at this point. They need a core to play with them. But XM's still waiting for his refresher. Also 4k gold on Terrorblade. It's a lot of money on the sidelines. Missed again.
Ooh, wall down. Fade though. He's in a lot of trouble. The trap's there, and he'll hook shot. But Yang ready. Has the stun, has the cyclone, and he is still very much dead.
It's not just me, right? Like, Fate is looking really uncomfortable in this game.
I think so. I think there's also a lot of pressure for him to land the perfect hook shot.
There is.
Maybe he'll feel a little bit more willing to let it go with the overclocking.
I mean, I know there's a lot of pressure, but you gotta be confident in these kind of games.
Yeah.
Like that's how you get to TIs, right? By being confident in your own plays and your abilities. Rosha may respawn in 10, so clock is gonna be up for that, unless it's an instant spawn. Yeah, Fate needs to show a little bit more of the oomph that he always has. Like his game 1 Rubik. Like that.
Right.
Roche, 2 minutes 40 is a very long one.
Which is good for EHOME, I'd say.
Yeah, gives the Terrorblade
The
one more item.
timing is fine for both teams.
Terrorblade finishes item, the MKB. If Somnus is ever caught in a brawl with this Terrorblade, he is going to get shredded to the next life. Shadow Realm, as you like to call it. Almost Hex on Darks here. The game slowed down so much ever since that last fight, which honestly,
Nobody wants to make a move.
They grew the lead to 9k from 5.
Just by farming, yeah. He also did get that kill on the fade.
Ooh, X-Nova, man. He's gonna be the guy to look out for.
He needs his Blink Dagger. It feels like he's just not getting much farm.
Yeah, at all.
At all.
He might end this game without Blink Dagger.
Really quiet. E-Blade being built for the Elder Titan. He's gotten himself that Solar Crest 4 staff. He's holding onto the Minotaur Horn, which was passed off by the Void for the Flicker.
And TV's still holding on to the Paladin, so is there nothing better for him? Crit Penta Edge might be better.
Hex.
Always, always,
Yeah.
The Darkseer and Disc now for the Brew, so even if he does get hit with that hook shot controlled, he does have a chance to alleviate some of the pressure on him to get that Primal Split off.
And they have no answer to Aeon Disc on either team.
Dire are scanning.
Hook shot comes down on Yang, and now they're moving with Chalice. They've got the wall down, but there's the Time Walk looking for the Chrono. Comes faking for a second. The Cog actually pushed him over to the side here, taking a lot of damage. Time Walk forward to get the Chrono out onto this Darkseer, but that's it. They get the Chrono fade, they'll use the Primal Split. They've got X-Nova difference. Smooth down the side of EHOME, and the Wolf buyback immediately. With Eurus trying to output the damage out of the side with BKB. He's getting bashed up, and he's in a little bit of trouble. They've got themselves Yang moving forward onto the Darkseer. Chalice here with the Bush Drive, they'll get the kill onto the third. He doesn't have buyback. Now, Cyclone up into the air. XM in trouble. Now the silence down on it too from the trap that came out from the TA. Yang in the Primal Split once again. No, they've got themselves a Winter Scurry. So that'll be some control. They'll catch yours for a second. He'll flicker away. Time Walk, get some of his health back, but it's not going to be a lot to work with. They're still looking at this TV who's Cyclone up into the air. Right click's coming through on a fade. Time Walk. That'll hit with the Metal Strike. They've got the kill on a fade once again. He's there for 90 seconds now. Buy that. And now you're looking over at the rest. You've got the Sharpshooter FY Snipe Sylar. Oh boy, 95 seconds, no buyback.
blessed me.
And then Roche is up in 5 seconds. If they want to go for that, eyes on a big prize. Potentially, they can't get Megas, but they can get 2 sides. And once again, Terrorblade just spent the entire fight pretty much in the air. All these brew splits, making it so hard for Sylar to do
Dire's
anything.
structures are fortified.
It might have reached a critical mass where maybe EHOME has nothing left in the tank.
Potentially. TB dead for 60 seconds.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
And now they're gonna finish 4. The tier 4 is 50 seconds without TB.
No glyph.
They'll get themselves 1. They're gonna get themselves a 2nd. There's no glyph to work with. EHOME have to make a move, but they only got 3 heroes. They have the promise. But they're gonna get the vacuum on. A couple of the heroes. They don't go against them. Silence, BKB, static link on the Somnus, but isn't it even gonna matter? They got themselves both tier 4s. They'll focus their attention onto the throne. Eurus waiting for Exum to hit the second. Got the Somnus from them. The trap from Somnus. And another sight from FY Sharpshooter. And they're getting to Exum. And Elephant will take a 2-1 lead in this grand final. 1 game away now from booking their ticket to TI.
You can't even call it an upset, honestly. I thought the draft was pretty one-sided. But EHOME, again, they weren't too scared to make the moves when they could. They had so many good power spikes, especially with the Darkseid Clockwork combination. It just never...